in the comment section below. Hashtag away PMPL 2020 or even vote things out because this is your votes down there being spoken with Udigang still number one. Surprise, surprise. But that went just now. EVO's VIP rocketing themselves at 10.9%, just a bit lesser than Team Secret has. But we're looking for the throughout the whole day. The voters will change the number later on.
Yeah, they might change their minds after a few couple of games as well, because again, the few couple of games kind of sets the pace for a lot of these teams. The last week of regulation, TS set the pace. Now, who will be the team to get the first second unit, setting the pace for the rest of them, and then the rest of this team have to kind of keep up with the tempo here. And yeah, it could go still either way for the first game, because I think Team Secret took like a couple of games before they got the first win. I think it was the third game of the first week, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it does take a couple of seconds or a couple of games to get themselves there. But yeah, might see a shift in the casting votes. But as it stands, most of these teams will be pretty far apart. Looking at what I have here, most of these teams are very, very far apart. So I don't think there will be any clashes at the early stages. But EVO's VIP, looking at how they played just now, they might want to get themselves or get their hands into the salad, just try to play it out.
Oh boy, this is going to be quite a hard shift of the rotations coming in for the teams over in the northern section. Oh, well, over on towards the mid side, I guess they'll be holding on towards their compound for a little bit longer, especially for the side of J8. They got the center of it all. So Picado, of course, one of the best center township to be able to actually make those sort of early rotations. So J8, they can make the decision to stay. As for the side of RSG, it seems like they do send out their scout pretty much far away from their usual drop point, while Team Secret usually inside of St. Martin. I like the logos on top of the map itself, but it does cover some of the names of the city, like Water Treatment and St. Martin. You can't even see the name anymore.
Oh, but I'm looking at Bosco kind of separate themselves into two teams here, which usually they drop into Valdemar, but they're dropping down to the southern side. Los Eagles probably. On the side of EVO's VIP, we've seen them perform quite well just now. Hopefully it will be the same for the official match today, because they are actually in a real dire need to have that, momentum and also their morale boost. They have not been performing that much when it comes to the 4 weeks league.
Yeah, I think EVOS is one of the teams, looking at gauging by how the videos are, EVOS is one of those emotional teams that kind of play off feeling really good once you kind of just bring out the morale of the team together. So teams like that kind of falter if they don't really have a good early start. They falter really, really easily. So I'm scared of that happening to a team like EVOS, but hopefully it will not happen anytime soon, because even though that they are emotional, at the same time they have the ability to control and compose themselves with Kuza at the helm. So yeah, hopefully those things might not happen, because I've seen teams before who are really emotional. When they have a good strike, when they start off kicking, they can really get a good whole day. But if they start off really weak, it kind of sends a sign throughout how the whole day will pan out for them.
Yeah, of course, emotions aside, there's so many things that they have to focus a whole lot more on, especially coming in towards the game. Communications matter a whole lot. There's no point in the match that you need to feel down, because you always have your other members backing yourself up. As for the side of TRX Elementus, they seem to be scouring upon the fields, trying to look for whatever stash of loot is possible, and I believe that Kim is looking for mobility options out on the table, but Matoy seems to be grabbing that initial buggy away from the corners of TRX Elementus. Well, J8, of course, having so much good news. This time, nobody will ever bug them inside the city of Picado.
I'm liking the fact Matsu's say, hey, I'm just going to take this buggy away from you before you realize you have one at first. But on the side of J8, they will not be contested. Well, usually it's going to be HMT back then.
Yeah.
I kind of miss that team now, because it seems like J8 always have a very clear pathway forging out for them to get into the circle. Speaking of which, I'm waiting if TRX will be pinned down by Team Secret or not, because we do know Team Secret, when they have the opportunity to take a fight and getting themselves that kill points, they will never stand down.
Yeah,
That's
exactly that. They like to take high hills as well. So this is one of the maps. The map that they're best known as because it just has so many hills, so much of the terrain to play with, and Team Secret are just perfect with playing those terrains. And
Loving
I
them too
gotta say,
much.
yeah, I gotta say, Team Secret just plays this map perfectly. But although we did see SMG a couple of times getting the second initiate as well, but they look strong in fights. But Team Secret again just have the whole balance, right? They're just the wholesome team which has everything that they need to win. TRX Elementals again very close second, looking like they are looking like how Team Secret plays, but yeah, success rate not as much.
Well, I gotta say that TRX Element is they don't have the highest of firepower,
Yeah.
but their way of rotations actually bring them in the right position to be able to hold on for those ranking points. Well, Damansara Esports seems to have a
Oh.
situation with a stuck buggy. Ichong stuck behind a fountain, but Moskok is gonna be bumping him out. And yep, he's still trying to find his way, but
Okay.
yep, he'll be able to actually get this buggy moving once again.
Yeah, no, physics in PUBG Mobile always amazes how it actually works. And these guys,
Hey.
they're having more than enough good time than they should have. They are playing too much, being too joyful here. On the other side of Damansar, they are very happy people, I say. I'm loving how their team play is. Every single time we interview them, they always have this kind of chemistry between them that feels like family. On the side of Chumasera, it's quite empty for now, but we're talking about the potential circle ended up here because you know how easily the circle will attract it towards the side of Chumasera.
Yeah, and of course, there's still certain possibilities, but Damansara Esports want to create better opportunities, so they are going to be relocating after having all these members including up.
Wow, that's another stunt.
Oh, pretty cool, I gotta say. Just jumping from the chapel straight in towards the vehicle. Zix is definitely one of the players that you have to look out for. He's the top fragger for Damansara Esports at the moment, alongside with Ichong being a very deadly duo. Now, for the side of EZLX, this is another team that has surprised us, the champions of the PNMC, going all the way to the grand finals on their very first stint. Has been exceptional, as I gotta say that not many teams were actually putting too much prediction, but they have rallied up so many fans within just one season.
You know, when the production crew actually asked me which teams they are voting for, I pretty much say all the teams I pretty love them this season because how competitive they are based on the, if you compare it from the last, including Easy here. I say the most impressive for me for the teams that grinding all the way from the PMNC. I say it's gonna be Easy and also TRX, obviously. But on the side of Easy, their plays is totally different from TRX. TRX is more stable. They are more kill heavy. On the side of Easy, they are sometimes when it comes to CQC, I'm loving them so much. But when it comes to getting wiped up, and they're not that consistent. So that's the problem. They always sometimes one game performing so well, the
Oh,
next game just
proving you
went
wrong.
out. Oh.
Oh, Easy found himself against Bosco, but Asfa gets dropped really quickly there, just as soon as we pan out to him. So the rest of Bosco are just leaving the scene of the crime. As you can see, they are driving on towards the horizon, and Easy Alex has control of the bridge.
Yeah, I gotta say that Bosker, they were from this sort of section for the longest of time, but they kind of take up a little bit too long for my liking. And they got pretty much free pointers as Lassie goes. The solo unit was just looting alone, moving relatively separate from the rest of the team. So it was an easy pickup. First blood going in favor side of EZLX.
And I'm not sure if that's actually the right decision for the side of Bosco to actually go separate ways from the start of the game. They can actually go loot up things straight into Valdemar, but they don't want to drop there. Look how segregated they are with Easy in between. We're talking about Gig Fam will rotate. Same goes for Yudu Gang. A bit later than the rest of the other teams. While Los Leones is a bit overcrowded for now, I say between Picado and Los Leones, it's going to be a huge cluster coming in. And while Exis and NRL, the top three teams down there right now, seems to be playing it very safe. They don't want to fight against a team if it's not necessary yet. They're taking only necessary fight if it notice on Exis and NRL don't want to waste the economy.
Yeah, they don't really take fights which they don't think that they will win, or at least the chances are in their favor to win those fights. So NRL a little bit more cerebral in that. But okay, we do still have the PMPL loot. That's right, for you guys at home, just punch in the code and you get yourself some awesome loot to be used in game. So yeah, again, for all you guys at home to participate, remember to punch in that code, get yourself some awesome loot, and we are back in the game again. So much things to be given away. Giveaway milestone. There's just so many things, but now he looks at Borsku in a little bit of trouble. It's Easy Alex on the horizon looking on towards him.
Yeah, I gotta say that Dingo's MZ right now being so stacked with all the survey level 3 gears as well as the weapons that they can get inside of the sort of crates. Judging from the fact that they have been playing so aggressively inside of the league, this will definitely put in even better chances of them securing those knocks as well as kills. And Bosker, of course, playing with 3 men for the current moment. They're still trying to look for the best location possible. They're from the southern side, so a lot of areas of these valleys of the hills are still relatively safe, while the other teams are moving from the north points instead.
And speaking of Dingos again, I think Dingos is one of the teams that's really heavily depending on the map itself. When it comes to Murama, all the maps that they are not comfortable with it's hard to catch them to perform. Unless it's a Wrangle. I have to say it out loud. They did perform, for example, the other maps, but it's not as brilliant as they are when it comes to Wrangle. So I say Team Secret, like you mentioned before, when they are loving the high grounds, multi-angle wide field of vision out there, while Resurgence Small Boy happens to be there as well. I think there has been a change of bullets here and there between these two teams.
Yeah, and seems like Iron Pro took a little bit of damage out there. Well, Small Boy being the front liner for Resurgence at the moment, challenging the champions of the league. I'm not too sure whether they really want to go in for this standoff for far too long in the early phase of the game, because in the span of another 10 seconds or so, we'll see a little bit of shift of the circle, but I'm pretty curious exactly as to why did the timer of the play zone actually stop for the moment. Well, as for Team Secret, there's also Dingo's MZ right behind the corner, so I guess Team Secret might not be staying here for too long.
We have no clue. We've seen, phase before we watch the show match, right? If Team Secret managed to pull something like that out, like in the middle of the wall zone, and just camouflage within themselves in that smoke, and just blind the opponents and make sure they didn't spot them out while sniping it from the side, I'm looking for one Malaysian team or even the Singaporean teams, NYSG basically, to actually pull that off. But the Nat Circle will be the one that dropping the hammer for the players.
Oh, Picado.
Just on the outskirts of Picado, we've seen Resurgence, some teams don't even need to budge or move, but the one that actually not moving has to gatekeep it quite well, because there's a lot of team coming out from the side of every circle except for the northern side.
Yeah, they were all coming in from the southern side. Now they have to shift a little bit towards the western side. As you can see, Marlino, Damasaru Esports, Resurgence, all coming in from the right side of the circle. So yeah, there will be a lot highly congested side in the southern side, but as it stands, everybody is just driving around and not really hitting anything, as right now it looks like Sniperman has caught up with SMG's players, bringing them down, but will not connect. SMG will be safe for now.
Yeah, and Marlino definitely booking in a really interesting spot. A little bit of wheelie coming in from the side of Jenny. He's been able to actually snatch this hot Mirado by the edge of La Bandita, but it's already smoking up, so the members are not taking any sort of risks. They are now going on foot. It's going to be a little bit of a far journey for them to catch up with the rest of Team SMG. Just by the other edge of the compound. Well, Bravo managed to explode one vehicle from the side of Marlino to catch Superboard.
Oh, we've seen Los Leones before was heavily populated with so many teams, including NET, and also SMG seems to be sharing the same compound. It's taken them some time to finally get to fight each other out. SMG being bombarded by the side of NET Brother across that hill, but we do have one more team behind them, which is going to be Team Bosco. Even though there are 3 members down there, but it's going to be more than enough to actually take down one team. On the side of EVOS VIP, working around this warehouse will be Yudu Gang, scouting them over. We're talking about EVOS VIP, and Yudu Gang has not been, shining the most when it comes to the final week last season, but that's Ray! Oh man, son, where will he go?
San has already lost out that vehicle, and here comes the push coming from Boyka. And he's the lone unit out there to be facing off against Sun. But this nade lot will not be perfect. But yet again, it will still chip out some health away from San for the moment. Dingo's MZ will not risk their life to save their captain, but he has to do what it takes to be able to get themselves back up. Maybe a far angle flank will be great, but Ziso catches Y2K with a headshot on that M24.
Yeah, Dingo is still fighting it on against J8, but as it stands, there is another team coming in from behind. I think it's SMG, but SMG not too sure about taking this fight because Dingo's still fighting on two fronts here. Dingo's against J8 and SMG, but Dingo's have to be careful here. We know that they like to take this type of a fight, but they have no terrain to play with. There's not a lot of cards for them to boom up and play, and Sun still getting hammered here by J8. Not a lot of places for him to run from as the smoke kind of depletes. I don't think he'll be able to escape here.
Oh, the smoke dissipate and the dust has been settled. It's a clear view for SMG to take down on Sun. But in the meantime, I'm still waiting for the rest of Dingo to charge in the back line of where J8 is. Bravo and the rest of the team maybe being over-occupied themselves with the side of TRX, probably even Resurgence there. But we're talking about the teams that hovering around the edge of the circle, walking by in. It's going to be Damansara first instead of all the other teams down there. The teams that don't even have to move is going to be Team No Recall and Yudu Gang, even VEVOS VIP just sit there quietly gatekeeping every single team marching towards this.
Oh man, the south side just looks so heavily congested with teams needing to actually make a move, and San probably needs to tank the circle for a little bit because he's kind of far away, as the rest of the members of J8 could easily just pass by, but they have already loosened things up for San at the very least. Jumper gets a shot down towards Team Secret as iShot gets knocked down. So these two invite teams, seems like they still want to keep things hot with El Clasico happening.
Yeah, we're loving it as well. Hopefully they never stop, but EVOS VIP can play the third party, being the housekeeper later on, making sure clean up that mess later on. We're remaining 14 now. We're talking about Jumper. He used to be super aggressive, one of the best entry fragger down there when it comes to Southeast Asia. So, but we're still waiting for him to actually perform as well as he did before. But J8 here starting to move again. Dingos. I think Damansara just now straight getting into the circle first is actually a very smart move, because later on those coming out from the sidelines will have to deal with them later on.
Now EasyLX taking even more fights, still chasing against Boskur right here. And just to point out, Jumper, of course, changing a little bit of this role with Drax as well as Fredo being in the front lines. It's going to be RG members taking down some of the players of Axis and MPX as they came from the same corner. But this fight here could have gone either ways, and even Net Brotherhood will join in the party.
Yeah, now Nets are on the horizon because Bosco was the one that was fighting with AZLX. Now they have to fight on two fronts. As it stands, they are throwing a lot of nits on towards the Nets side, but they are getting clustered here, the Net squad, and they have to kind of just spread apart if they want to take this fight, because they have to come in from the side. But that Psycho getting dropped, not exactly, he's very, very low, but as it stands, again, AZLX trying to fend things off, but Net are coming in really, really hard.
Easy side, they are abusing the terrain. Look at Net versus also Easier. TRX taken down on Team Secret, who was fighting against you the gang just now. Resurgence start to move against Axis and RL as well. Easy still fighting against Net. This has been a very long standoff, but none of them actually inside of a circle. We have one more team just saying hi. It's gonna be SMG.
Oh boy, this is going to be a big party in the storm as April tries to actually draw some shots from the Scarl as well. A couple more nades being lobbed right down below without any sort of sight. But the second nade looks pretty good towards the corners of the broken vehicle. A lot of health already being lost by the side of Fico P, and Asta soaks in a little bit more damage. But here comes Team SMG from the back. They're joining in.
Oh man, one team to be out. It's gonna be the last team that Dingo's first one. That's made him up there. Taking the fight against Easy. They're trying to spray amongst the smoke, but now he needs to get away from this blue. It's taking too much health. One more team out at 15th place. Net Brotherhood. Not a good start, but none of this team winning this because Gig Fam waiting for them. The moment they try to just pass and just go over that street is gonna be the end probably.
You get that. There's so many things in between Schizo and the circle. As you can see, SMG, Bosco, and GeekFam all making a straight line, making a line that easy Schizo cannot cross. But SMG's Putra does get dropped by Bosco, and it looks like they do want to take this fight. But Bosco only left with just 2 players here. Marino gets eliminated at 14th place. But yeah, Bosco still fighting his own against SMG, and SMG knows this, that know who they're fighting against. So they're gonna play it a little bit more careful. But Z gets dropped as well, and SMG, now is the time for them to push in as Ngah is all alone. Ngah just dropped very, very low here. Will try to kind of heal himself back up, but nades come flying out as well. There's a little bit of a botch nade. Actually bounces back here, but they should be able to finish this off. And Ngah very, very low here. Does get dropped on the floor, just trying to slither his way out of danger. But there comes the last nade from Putra to eliminate Bosco.
Great execution coming from the side of the SMG, and they also found Mosgoku in the middle of the open. A little bit too late as Ryan will be able to actually secure the kill. And now the rest of DMS charging right through. They are all scattered out. There's nowhere for them to even hide, and they just gotta book it. They're crashing towards the side of TNR. They're gonna be committing in towards a fight that they choose not to take, but they have to take it no matter what. He spots out Insomnus as well. Takes one down, but he will fall to the floor. And DMS torn apart with only Ichang being the one that could survive.
I have to say TNR has been holding the compound very well, but it's not done yet. We talk about J8 now, fighting for against Team Secret, who has been picked by so many teams early on. J8 still not let them and go. Shots knocked down and away. Team Secret eliminated in 11th place. TRX for the next one. J8 is still not done, not even having a breather to reset themselves just yet, because J8, they have to take one more team down. Pressuring down. Amazing, amazing nade just now. And also J8 Zolly finish off the job with the great execution with Damn Cutie alongside with that.
There's so many of all these boxes on the floor, but he got no time as we saw the circle reclosing right in RSG also by the edge of it. He have to push right in. And Voki as well as YTK, they're separated on towards 2 different sides, and this is a little bit concerning because there's also Yudu Gang by the other corner as well. Now, Voki has already been knocked by Yudu Gang, leaving only Y2K behind. Jumper's gonna be looking out for even more, but it's gonna be RSG that takes down Damn Cutie.
Oh, where will Jumper go? Will he pick on GigFam or will be another team? We're down to only 16 left here. Drax holding the compound, hovering around his cross and making sure nobody actually will pass them. SMG is also out, down to 5 teams, only very fast. Within seconds, 5 teams out straight away. Well, we have one more member of Axis NRL in between. Where will the circle favor? Because all teams down there praying they're still inside of the circle, because the next circle will be super crucial and hard for them to migrate.
I'm just really surprised that Geek Fam, out of that commotion on the southern side, they're the ones that were lasting it out against the rest of them. And now, with very lone units of NRL as well as EVO's VIP, they're just playing for placements as they challenge you to get.
Wow.
He was there firing shots against Yudu, and Yudu has a compound to play with for the meantime. They do not have to move out of it. I think it is a little bit of space where they can play with, but yeah, EVOS firing against Yudu gang here, and Yudu just hiding themselves away from this fight altogether. But it looks like Sonas has been dropped by NRL's Pumburu, and NRL still alive here, still kicking, but they are left with just 1 player, and they have to kind of just contend with this as Yudu and TNR, everybody's encroaching into the middle of the circle right now.
No, team, no recall. There's nothing on their side is favoring them after one member be taken down by the solo member of NRL. Another one be taken down by Gig Fam. We're talking about them being stuck there, cannot even advance forward without having heavy casualty on the side of Yudu. Even Gatekeep team no recall as well. They just have nowhere to go.
They're just by the edge of the next circle as well, so it's really tough times for the side of Team No Recall. While Pumburu is still enjoying a drink while he's at it. Only 1 kill for the side of Axis NRL, but they have made it in already. Well, I can't really say too much about that, as they're still going to be Yudu Gang holding in towards the majority of the section of the circle down between these 2 teams. Geek Fam as well as Yudu Gang, they have the best of numbers to take on fights.
Yeah, look at that. Fredo and Jumper already went a little bit towards the middle side of the circle so that they have a little bit of control here. But it sense Geek is really, really far apart here. TNR is trying to rush over towards Damroot, and Damroot will be in trouble here as they cover themselves with smokes to make sure that they get towards Damroot's side and will be able to cluster around or flank around the team of Geek Fam. But as you can see, Pumburu there still behind Fredo and Jumper, and he hasn't been found. And
Oh,
then there's the shot
no.
from TNR. They will be dropped one at least first, and the second may be in a lot of trouble as Damroot does not have any of it, will not let any of them cross over them.
One more team being executed by Gig Fam and Axis NRL alongside that as well. These guys are just monsters. The Beast taking over 10 kills for now. Will they be stopped by Yidu Gang, who segregated himself into 2 pairs? While Gig Fam, I said this is one of the most dangerous team down there. They will try to reclaim the position as the crown and the kings of Miramar in this round.
Now, defending champions of Southeast Asia. They get that perfect elevation inside of the compound. Now spots out Zane as well. Freddo's going to be landing some sort of shots over on towards the broken vehicles instead of the head of Zane right across. But on top, there's still going to be a few more players out there. They're trying to keep the rest of Geek Fam from marching in towards the circle as Yidu Gang. They have the entirety of that circle being covered up, and there's only 2 sections that Geek Fam can come in. But first, it's Damroot that needs to do the opening to make sure that the members of the side of Yidu Gang gets a little bit more distracted for the rest of Geek Fam to march right in.
Yeah,
No,
Damroot is coming on from the other side. He can flank the rest of Yidu Gang, but this is a very hard test. This is mission impossible right here for Damroot. If he wants to, he can go around Yidu Gang, but this is dangerous test. As you can see, as soon as he stands up, there is elevation where Yidu Gang can see him. So he has to wait, has to play around with Jumper and Fredo, kind of play the push and pull game where he kind of pull Yidu towards him, and he's going to push forward as well. So Damroot, he has the upper hand here. If this Zen lands, Yidu might be in a lot of trouble here.
Oh, wait for it. We're waiting for the nade to fall on top of Yidu Gang. They clip a bit. Now the second one will be tossed. Damroot hoping it will actually drop on top of Jumper or even Fredo. But that kind of gave away his spot as well. His position has been compromised. On the side of Fredo, he's been bombarded, showering of fuel all over the place. Gig Fan focusing on too much on Fredo's side, and Jumper is saving him. Luckily, they have that buggy to take that covers from.
They need to take out Damroot first, but they managed to actually get snipes in the process, and now spots out Zane as well. 2 members down from the side of Geek Fam, and now Fredo's going to be marching upward to deal with Damroot. Spots him out as well. 1 member remaining from the side of Geek Fam, and this is the game being sealed by the defending champions of Southeast Asia, Yidu Gang.
But boy, oh boy, Yidu, even though they got themselves this chicken dinner, but I have to give a lot of respect.
For Yidu Gang, who have won that chicken dinner in the past game, they'll still get the majority of the votes, looking pretty much the same as the past vote itself.
Come on, guys, surprise us with something else. I do want to see the numbers fluctuate, but the voters are getting more than before. But you know what? When it comes to the vote, it's pretty much the same. But flight path skewed towards the southern side a bit more this time. Down from Primos up to Milta Power, we do know some teams kind of secure themselves that drop spot, including, like, example, SMG around Milta. Puchingi obviously is going to be team secret, but we're waiting for the circle. Speaking of which, when it comes to the Wrangle, I have to say, keep your eyes out for Dingos. This is where the map they are most aggressive.
I think the best maps that you have seen Dingos is one on Wrangle and another one on Sandhawk. Whenever there's a bridge that's really prevalent in the game or in the circle, they really like to take it and they like to take control very early on. So that's what I really like from the Dingo squad.
They like the green maps, I say.
Yeah,
they could.
I gotta say
Pretty
so,
much that, yeah.
including Sandhawk itself, they are very aggressive.
Yeah.
And now that they are having a very southern-centric flight, it's going to be a direct passage for Dingoes as well as J8 and towards the island, which is definitely a great news for them. But I really do wonder how exactly will the circle pop, and yep, it will still favor both the mainland and the island. So this is actually very tricky.
I would say that looking at this type of circle, usually this type of circle really favors Dingoes because every single time that it ends on the military island, they can gatekeep and they are known to do so. They like to loot for the first few minutes, and then after that just get straight away towards the bridge to make sure they gatekeep. And there will be at least a couple of teams who will be crossing that bridge very soon or very early on because they want to get on towards the military island. But as it stands, again, Dingoes is in their way, J8 as well, and Damansara Esports is actually on top of the bridge, on top of farm, so they are hanging around there as well. So if they rotate, there will be J8 and Dingoes watching both of these bridges.
But you're looking at the curve of the circle just now, 6 60% is just favoring on Sonovska military base. So those dropping themselves in the bridge, good luck crossing it. It's going to be a death bridge all over the place. TRX, they're having a quick hi saying goodbyes there, but they're not taking the fight just yet. Apparently they have nothing onto them.
Yeah, they've just arrived in towards Lipovka knowing that at least Zarki is way too out-rich. There's only two possibilities. Either they take the early drop in towards maybe the quarry section, look for those vehicles to drive themselves all the way up. But judging from this survey pattern, as they took the late flight, they already know that, okay, this is a better area that we can work with the circle much closer as compared to Zarki, as Molino opts to take a boat in towards the island directly without any sort of loot. Very, very risky plays, but it's probably worth the shot.
Okay, the thing is, we do know the boat is so limited if you compare it to the vehicles down there. So the one that gets the votes first will actually survive longer than the other teams. But speaking of which, two teams, probably maybe more than that, actually drop themselves in the southern side of a map already. Do they have enough to loot onto, to build their, you know, weaponaries and everything else if they actually go without anything onto them towards the southern side?
Yeah, the thing is, everybody's shuffling back. I'm not too sure where they're going here, but a lot of them are just getting vehicles first rather than dropping. Usually we see 3 hot drops into one big area, and then the single player will try and look for vehicles to play around with. But this is really different this game around. Everybody's just getting in vehicles very, very soon. TRX along with Yudu Gang, both of them are getting into vehicles. Now they have 4 vehicles as well, which is really good for a bunker at the end of the game, but they're still in the first circle, so I'm not too sure what's happening here. Maybe a little bit of a shift in their strategy or something like that.
I know why. They're warming up themselves for the Proto Myvi.
Gotta get those gears shifted all the way up to drive through Severny, and yeah, chances for you guys to win that vehicle will be 250,000 concurrent viewership.
If you make it as a percentage for one person to win it, that's 0 point.
But hey, it's worth a shot. Like,
Still worth a shot.
tell me where else would you get a vehicle just by watching the games and putting some comments in towards our Facebook gaming live stream out there. Nowhere else but PMPL MYSG. And for the current moment, we're looking at Yudu Gang perhaps taking a slower approach to get inside of the circle because they opt to go back to their traditional drop spot all the way up north when this circle is down into the south side, which means that they also need to load up on a lot of all these gas patrols that they can just pick up from Severny itself. But as for Geek Fam, they're going in towards the west side and they're taking it rather slowly.
Yeah, I'm liking the fact.
Yeah,
You know,
not that
flying
slow.
cars, I believe I can fly. But yeah, Geek Fam, Snipes. I have to agree. I'm liking the fact that some teams still going a bit slower than the other teams when into the circle. We're talking about the loot is so limited if you go straight to the southern side. We probably have 4 teams already
Oh, they got a boat
just
at
to
least.
occupy
Wait,
the
the-
south
It's in the
area.
middle?
The boat's in the middle, nowhere.
It's like pointless having the boat in the middle of the ocean.
Did the wave push it from the shore, or did somebody pull it from the other side?
I'm like,
okay,
what's
they're
the
docking,
point?
they're docking.
Oh,
Okay,
that's no, it's
alright.
pointless
Not
if
that
you
bad.
take that boat when you almost docked yourself.
Yeah, I guess like all the questions have already been answered in a sort of sense because it looks as if like okay, it's still
I think
parts
this
of
is-
the river instead.
Yeah.
This is the boat for those coming up from the southern side to go to the mainland.
Yeah. A little bit of a different there. We thought it was different, but yeah, again, everybody's shuffling back, shuffling around the map, getting themselves into very good position, but Team No Recall will be finding themselves in a little bit of a scuffle against Bosco, as Bosco is right in front of them. Now, Stewart has already had an inkling where Bosco are. They have heard the cars, heard the vehicles, and have seen them as well. So it is up to TNR whether they want to take this fight, which they have been known to be very, very aggressive, but not the best outcome of it. But do they want to take those fights? But it doesn't seem so because Stewart is running away from that fight altogether, going into Ferry Pier, where nobody is at for the meantime. So TNR looks like nobody's fighting for the first phase of the game.
And it just
Oh,
began
take that
with
back.
Okay, never
Ecom
mind.
going
Just
in.
take that back.
Yeah, he's got a double SMG with the Bison as well, so it's very interesting to note that Damasar Esports, they take whatever alternatives they get to get. now that they've already got themselves in much earlier than the rest of the teams, they will be able to actually take a member out from the side of GeekFam. I'm not too sure if GeekFam has already had enough of their utilities on board, but the MS, they're wrapping them around. And although they have the highest of points to start off in game number 1, now with a couple of all these sort of the options being limited, they need to find a way to at least hold the side of the MS.
This is what I was questioning before. Yes, it's good for you to rotate straight into the circle the moment you have yourself that boat, but will the loot be enough to supply so many teams that are coming over? So it's not a bad start if you're not in the circle and get yourself a bit late rotation while you loot all the way from the mainland, because it's such a limited resources just from this southern island.
Yeah, the thing is, in Southern Island, there's a lot of these small places, but the loot isn't as great if unless you get in towards the No Poirier or right smack in the middle of the military base. So they don't have the best of equipments, but as it stands, this is one of the engagements which I think Damansara and GeekFam will be going on for a very long time, because this is one of the engagements which we will see a standstill, because GeekFam will try to hide themselves inside the houses and has a lot of view on towards the terrain, because it's actually flat until they reach Damansara esports players. So they can just wait it out, wait until Damansara esports player will be pressured to push in, then they take those fights. Because as it stands, yeah, they're trying to Damansara esports starting to flank around, but Geek does not want to take this fight altogether.
Yeah, and Damansara Esports understand that there's no point to take too long of this sort of trading, so they will respect their territory, give them that space, and even that small little house right down below is going to be occupied already. Now, NSP, having a lot of his health being scarred off, it's definitely going to be enough time for them to get those healings done. But EZLX also has made their way past in towards the corner. As J8, they're already camping on towards the east bridge. As J8, they're looking to take them down.
There it is. I was saying, Dingo's going to get one bridge, J8 is going to get another. It's going to be a cluster, because everybody's going to come in and be fighting each other very soon.
No.
Pumburu has found himself in the house where Sams is occupying as well. The rest of EVOS VIP rolling out. Pumburu in a lot of trouble, but Nick's flying out. Sams will be dropped, but the rest, Epi and Rift, everybody's coming in from the side of NRL.
Oh, both teams actually being chugged in by the blue. This is not win-win. This is probably going to be a loose team. Both of them evils. Who's desperate to want themselves that kill points? Taking one down, level 3 of gas. But will it be enough to tank the blue? They try to rotate the other way around, but knocked down there. Evos taking one on that grenade. NRL losing more mandate. They expected it to be one person will be revived via Rift with a micro Uzi, trying to scout things over around the corners, trying to find way to actually make it happen for the team. Pambura and Little will be revived by Rift, but that will sacrifice Appy entirely. And EVOS VIP, can they rush in? They have more than enough time. Finding him in the smokes, Rift have nowhere to go, but still manage to knock one more down. Yakuza, and now Samsy with the micro Uzi, but no room whatsoever to find their vision on Rift. He has been juking this quite hard.
Oh no, Riff is pretty low on health. He has to pop the first aid kit. It's between a 1v1. As Evils also have 2 members being knocked out. But good news is that Samzy has removed the entirety of NRL players except for Riff. This is going to be a big nade. It goes in towards the windows, but it won't be able to connect. But Riff's going to be pushing right in. Going to be the right timing. And it might just be Samzy here that gets a lot more prepared now. Down to the 1v1. Like you said, it is a lose-lose battle for both of them, as Riff tries to confuse Samzy for the moment.
This is a very long engagement between NRL and EVOS VIP, but Samzy and Rift, both of very strong players coming in from both respective teams, are fighting it off. Suddenly it's a 1v1 after it was a 4v4 where the EVOS hit NRL's compound. Now they are in a lot of trouble as Rift tries to hide away inside the corners of the house. Samzy will try and push in, has spotted out Rift as well. Rift going to try and fly out, going for the sprint, but Rift gets dropped. EVOS VIP, Sam still alive, and EVOS is still in this, but only on a slither of health.
My god, that was such a close call with the blue taking the HP away bit by bit, but that's gonna be Samzy, the only person living after such a heavy casualty on both sides and first team to be out there.
Yeah, and the good news is that there's at least 7 bodies that he can loot those first aid kits, so he can actually
too much.
heal himself back up and play for placements after he gets himself in with those ample vehicles that's still left in the corner of the water town. And here comes a loot that you can catch after that big battle out there, and of course it will appear from time to time. So make sure you get your phones prepared to go to www.pubgmobile.com/redeem.
But imagine that going south. I'm talking about Sam Z. If he managed to clip in the last minute of X's and our player just now, but his HP being chipped down by the blue and his last take, it's gonna be a comical moment for both of the team because why? None of them actually winning there. But this circle, my god!
It shrinks all the way towards the west side, and
How?
it boggles me and it startles me too much. I thought it would be okay, maybe the southern side a little bit, centered in towards the side of Geek Fam. But hey, Geek Fam is not too far away. Dingoes though, in a really prime spot as NED Brotherhood, they can definitely hold out for a moment, but TNR will possibly look to take them out as well.
Everybody's crossing right now, but Aspa has been got out by the rest of Dingoes here. Again, gatekeeping this bridge, making sure nobody crosses as Sam will be put out as well. The entirety of Bosco under heavy fire here from the set of Dingoes, as Dingoes will have to be careful as well because they are out in the open as well. If they do stand up, and it looks like Bosco will have the brunt of it as they drop another player. Z is all alone there behind the car. I don't think his teammates can get to him, and the rest of Bosco, I think they're going to be dropping here from the side of Dingoes.
From the looks of it, I'm not liking the fact that Bosker, just by Fairy Pier, they have taken so much time just to make their way in, and now Geek Fam in the middle open of Dingoes as well as Bosker. They will be shredded down, and there's going to be one player left, but that's going to be Sam there already being knocked out as well. Dingoes MZ really doing such a phenomenal work by this bridge itself.
You know, amazing feat just now for the kill feed. Seems like Geek Fam just having it tough, but Net just now needed their own teammate. What just happened? Team No Recall being wiped out bit by bit, but they are returning fires. Net will be knocked down next. Psycho, where would he run? Every corner he turned, it would be the members of Team No Recall. They're so close into being chipped down, but Atai here have to save his friend. Without the Team No Recall still reviving their mates as well. A couple of them being knocked down. Simbi Pro tossing their nade, coming out from the outskirts and the outside of that building. April is just in front of him bleeding out.
Yeah, this is going to be a flank coming from the side of Q9K. So it's spotted by the corner! Only one tick of help left, but he will be able to actually run across. Atai gets knocked down, leaving the last man standing on the top side. And there's not much left for the side of NED Brotherhood. Simbi will finish off those kills. Atai still needing a little bit of backup here. Atai now on really close quarters here. He won't be picked up just about yet, but one slither of health. Psycho goes in for a save.
Yeah, this is it. This is the time for TNR, Team No Recall, to fire back. There's a nade come flying out, and he drops a die. Psycho gets dropped to half HP as well. Now they're going to run on towards him, and he gets dropped really quickly. And that's the Team No Recall that we wanted to see in the grand final.
So clean.
Net was almost clutched things out just now. They were a bit too hesitant to finish things off. They got the knocks, but you know what? They didn't finish their job. There's no execution at that point. It's really crucial for them to finish off the knockdown straight away. On the side of Easy, they're taking a fight head on against one more team here. It's going to be a resurgence. I am Pro finish off by Skizo. And then one white today. That shift coming out from the side of Skizo. There was fast reaction time. A small boy. Will anybody save him? I don't think so because Voki gonna say goodbye, but it's gonna be J8 for round 2. Resurgence.
What a swing. He has just swung like he had an inkling when somebody was in front of him.
Yeah, you know what? Never mind.
Never mind, I'm out of here.
Oh, he heard the shots coming out from J8 taking down on TRX just now.
Yeah, and then now he's stuck by the edge of military base. That's very far from the circle as well. And Dave is going to be going in for some heavy commitments as well. Thick OP will pan out RSG small boy, while Zully tries to come over inside of Z, so as this tracing will not be able to land a single shot on towards the driver.
Yeah, the rest of J8 are actually around as well, so they can take these fights if they want to, but it looks like they want to get themselves a little bit further into the circle. But J8 has been spotted out the rest of SMG, and this is not a team that you want to shake the bee's nest with, because SMG, if they fire back, you will be in a lot of trouble. But it looks like J8 will respect that, will be going in towards that compound instead, which is the compound is not actually inside the circle, so they have to kind of find themselves a position that which they can play on. But J8 are getting sprayed from, but Marino fighting with TRX. TRX does get dropped here as Jimboy takes the floor, and Marino, the rest of them are still very safe, very okay here as Boyka gets spotted out as well. Marino Marlino on fire.
What happened to Nuke? He happens to drop by his vehicles. Probably somebody been spraying. We're looking at Dingos with the most kill right now. On the side of Marlino, they have been very proactive. Most of these teams are. J8 will force to land himself just to fight against Marlino, who happens to hovering around. Their crosshair onto them will be SMG in the meantime. So they cannot just focus on one particular angle on the side of J8.
Yeah, they're absolutely surrounded, and there goes Team Bosker. The final member has already been taken off. Well, J8 might just be joining alongside as well if they cannot find any sort of safety room for them. They need to pop whatever smokes necessary to be able to still survive. 4 kills already for the side of Evo's VIP, but hey, great news is that they still have Sam Z, still lasting it so long, although I'm not too sure where exactly is the location of the final member of Evo's VIP. Now, it's being lobbed towards the side of Dingo's MZ, and this is going to be a very tough place for Dingo's to push.
Well,
Yeah.
I do remember Samze has a lot of loots onto him, so he won't
Yeah.
be that having a tough time, to survive. He has a lot of
Yeah, he will not
mats.
be lacking in terms of utility, but J8 under heavy fire again for SMG. And SMG is right smack, as you can see, in the middle of everything, but somehow he's taking the fight against J8. Now, Yudu has joined the fray. They have swam themselves all the way towards the southern island, and they have gotten themselves inside as well. As you can see the minimap, there is another thing coming forward. It will be El Clasico as Team Secret comes rolling in. Yudu are in a hell of a fight.
Oh, great mind tanks alike. Look at how they rotated into the same compound again for round 2. Yudu Gang versus Team Secret. So we'll wait and see. Will Manpar start to fight with that Scar L, waiting for Mata and Yuhai to land himself. But you see how Mata and Yuhai kind of sense there's also somebody right across them. They're being very careful, meticulously to actually count where would they go. But you know what? Mata just smelled that one coming. Look at that spray coming up from Drax and also Mampara with Mini 14 now. And the blue has to close in the meantime.
Yeah, they're just by the edge of it, so that's going to be good news at the very least. They haven't really burned down those vehicles, so maybe if they pop the vehicle where Yuhai is hiding at the moment, they might be able to actually dish out even more. As you can see, Grax just do whatever necessary to just take down some of these players. But the circle moves so far away, and there goes Samzi
My
finally crosses the
God.
bridge.
What is this circle? Such a deceiving one. And it's not favoring most of the teams. You're talking about will be in the middle of a road down there. It's going to be an open plain.
Yeah, it will be an open plain where everybody can see each other. Again, the crossroads of the roads are the most dangerous places in the entirety of the game because it's plain straight where everybody can see each other, and it will be a very gruesome last circle. But as you can see, Team Secret are now taking their time to enter the circle as Yudu is actually rotating away from that fight altogether, going towards the western side because once they took the shot on Mato, if I'm not mistaken, iShots replied with one knock of his own, so they are respecting that and they're not taking that fight.
Some teams who have been left with only one member left here. While Big trying to spray down on Team Secret, who marched himself on top of this hill slowly. But Figs trying to toss that nade. If it hits, it will hit a lot of members of Team Secret. Will it be a Kobe? Not just yet. It didn't connect. So many toss of nades down there, but that spray will actually work. Fig taking down on Rack first, but he exposed himself. Tidor taking down on Evos in the meantime. And that's be the last member of Evos VIP. Samson plays himself at 11. Down to Team Secret, still fighting against the team that have been taking them multiple times. We have so many teams in this corner. It's just hard to see who will fight who.
Oh no, Yudugan actually gets eliminated by Team No Recall there, taking the fight from the western side. Now we're still back with TS. Team Secret still fighting it out against Easy Alex, but Easy Alex has the high ground for the meantime. But if they shuffle back towards the western side, there will be Team No Recall as well. So Team Secret does not have an entryway in towards the circle because right in front of them is Easy, and Easy is holding their ground with a lot of smokes and a lot of grenades as well. Now Team Secret buying this, they know that they have to push in, and they are pushing in right now.
Yeah, 9 kills already for TNR. While this is going to push towards stopping. Okay,
Wow.
Great tracing. Knowing that the bullets are coming from that sort of angle, Rex goes in for the refrag. He was dropped initially, but this is time for payback. Now TRX Elementus will be the next team to fall. Now with only 8 teams on the table, with SMG controlling the tempo of the game, with them being on top of the hill, this is looking rather great for them. While TNR, of course, securing so many kill points, if they can get a top 3 placement, that will shoot them sky high in the standings.
Well, Team No Recall rise on the occasion, also capitalize when it comes to wreaking havoc for the kill volume. Team Secret, on the other hand, struggling to make it, squeezing themselves into the circle last minute, while Team No Recall denied their entrance there. Yuhai, no complaint, but Simbi, alongside of this flank, who see this one coming? Team Secret out on 8th place with down to 7 teams. Simbi seems like they exposed themselves on the side of SMG.
Well, for Marlino, they have been playing it slowly and steadily. They have the areas to work against the members of the side of Team No Recall, now going proning. With EZLX controlling the northern section here, SMG still not looking to take too much of a fight, but they are already pummeling down some bullets towards the side of EZLX. Already securing 7 kills in the process, and Sinbi Pro will also take down Tito from the back.
Oh no, look at that kill point from Team No Recall. They're fighting against another team right now. In the meantime, Easy try to wipe them out. They're having themselves quite a decent position there. It's paramount for them to stay where they were before, but not anymore because the circle is favoring towards the eastern side here. Merlino trying to hover around. They have the most men down there, so that will actually play a big part for them as long as they're being favored by the circle. Speaking of which, SMG has been capitalizing this area by themselves only with that higher ground advantage.
Yeah, to put it into perspective, TNR, if I'm not mistaken, have taken down Net, Yudu, and all TS as well. So there's 3 teams that TNR have taken down. So putting that into perspective, they should be able to get this win, but they are at the edge of the circle. This is what happened to Team Secret just now as well. They were at the edge of the circle. They had to push in. It was an open plane. How do they want to get themselves inside? Because TNR, not too sure if they have a lot of utilities to play with.
For the moment, there goes MZ, just being a little bit of a spy towards the side of Team SMG as they understand that they don't really have the numbers advantage, but the ones with the most numbers, they're looking to cash. Both Marlino as well as SMG being in close proximity, and everyone's just by the edge of it all. SMG, the only one with the compound to work with, as well as those elevation. They're trying to spot out all the dangers looking up ahead, and maybe Putra could have done some damage towards Marlino.
You know, Marlino made it through swiftly, I say. They didn't even get spotted out by the side of SMG. But here we have one more team. They have to be careful the moment they made themselves visible. Easy will be taking out some of the team members down there, but EZLX will be out first alongside with Team No Recall.
Wow.
Marlino right now trying to take that position from SMG away. We're talking about Dingos is quite far, but it's not impossible for them to actually penetrate this fortress that what SMG has. But Ichong, I think he will play it as a third party from behind their backs.
Yeah, you can see the entirety of SMG up on top of the hill, the only hill in the circle. They have major control over all these other teams because they have vantage point as well. So if they start pushing into the circle, they should be able to get themselves into a very good position because they will be at the side of the hill. But they have to be careful because Dingos and Damansara Esports are coming in from behind and they may be fired from both angles.
Looking at the current sort of the circle appearing in towards the middle, it's going to be hard for the side of Team SMG to push right in first. So the other teams that are on the outskirts, they need to play it slowly to be able to spot out whoever marches right in first. Because on this sort of the particular fight, they need to make sure that there's going to be smokes in towards the center before they enter. And there goes Ichang already unloading that micro Uzi spray on towards Bravo.
He pitch in every single bullet he can on the side of Bravo. They will let him bleed out because the GG is too far apart from him. Look at that nade coming up. Chip, 2 members of Merlino, Bin and Sniper Boy being stopped and halted their movement. But Ichang, that's 2 kills by him only. Make it 3 when he chipped in into SMG. Tricks knocked down here. And it seems like Ichang will go alliance with none other than Marlino for now because seems like they're being sandwiched by 2 teams. 1 man, but this Ichang is not ordinary, guy. It's going to be a lethal Ichang taking down 1 by 1 of SMG.
I'm just really surprised that he actually made that shot and he aligned it so perfectly with the micro Uzi to also knock down Trix. But Trix, of course, getting back on his feet, he will be able to actually challenge him once again. A couple of nades have been tossed out, especially with so many smokes to be able to protect Team SMG for the current moment. for Putra, he understands that Marlino is going to be the closest target that they want. Now, the first word is going to be vote. Hashtag crash catchphrase giveaway. So make sure you guys be creative and use that word out there to be able to stash away some G-Shock watches.
Yep, I even write it down for myself just in case. On the side of SMG, seems like as long as they hold their ground here, it will be a-okay for them. But in the meantime, if both Diamonds and also Merlino take a shot onto the side of SMG, they got distracted, the other will take the advantage. While Ichong will clip by the blue bit by bit, he has to move. On the side of Merlino, they can play the lower ground. The terrain is sided with them. As long as they know how to abuse it, they're going to be fine.
Oh, the nade. Just a little bit. Oh, second word is for. So I guess there's 2 more words left.
Vote for your favorite team.
Vote for the winning team. I don't know what it is, but
Vote for Aaron Chan.
It's going to be 6 words though. It's
Oh,
just
yeah.
I'm
2
not going to
words
be
there.
president anytime soon, for sure. So, of course, one of these guys walking away with a chicken dinner soon. But for the current moment, it seems like Marlino will get majority of the smallest circle. We're moving in towards phase 9 in the span of 5 seconds from now. As Ichong, they're going to be the torn of the flesh of Team SMG. If he could just cut through to take down Tuxnidi or even Putra.
Yeah, he's going to try to push very, very slowly here. Again, SMG is the one that being pincered by both teams. But they are, again, playing from the side of the hill. They have vantage point. They're going to try to spray Superboy here. But he exposes himself and Bart gets dropped instantly. Noxy with a knock. But can they get any more here? Being again, knocking Trixie this time around. And SMG only left with just 2 players. And Jenny's up on the ground as well. Has put out one. There goes the spray down from Putra on towards Noxy. But he has been replied. And there goes the spray down as well. Sniperman gets finished off. He's up from behind. And then takes the kill up on Superboy. Oh my god, Nadama Saraipa is in the top 2. What the heck just happened there?
He is a terrifying prospect on the side of DMS. Ichong, I have to say, this one particular man taking so many teams out by himself, making it hard for the teams to actually play themselves at top 2. Now down SMG, trying to find one last Ichong. It's going to be the end of it, but SMG, their 3rd chicken dinner for today, it's going to be Erangel for the 2nd match of the grand final.
Team Secrets in their adventures in and around Vikendi. As we are following Mattoy here, he's all alone gathering some information. He is the hunter-gatherer for the team. Yeah, he's just strolling around. But again, looking at how they are dropping for most of these teams, it looks like they will not be dropping so close to each other that they will have to fight very early on. It will not be a repeat of EVOS VIP and NRL. But yeah, it's going to be a very slow start here. But once the second circle starts shifting in, again, this is a very compound-heavy map, but this is very small as well. So once the circle starts shifting and they start fighting it off, I would say that yeah, anything can happen here because as looking at the map, nobody's meeting up with each other, so we will not be seeing any of the very strong start from any of these teams because yeah, not finding anybody means that they will have to be quiet for a few rounds.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for us to see the circle, so that's where everything makes sense later on. And plus, I do want to see if there's any team actually sharing any compound. Speaking of which, we're looking at, I think there's gonna be Axis and RL just nearby Team Secret just now, right? They were forced to take the fight before. Will it be the same scenario for them again?
I guess they won't be taking it all too early, as they're still stashing up those loots from all these survey history villages that they can possibly get, or huts across the corner. Well, Rex has already made a move, so Team Secret should be on rotation. With this sort of circle, somewhere circling the central zone, so
yeah,
there's still a lot of room that they could still scout out ahead to negate any sort of threats or danger. Team Secret in the final week of the PMPL MYSG didn't really seem to have gotten all too much of all these sort of great fights because in the early stages, well, before we get into that, more giveaway shoutouts for those of you guys who are tuning in. We are looking to hit the record of 250K for you guys to be able to win that Proto Muvy and a whole lot more. We got iPhones, we got AirPod Pros, gaming chairs, and Google Play vouchers, as well as App Store. Same goes to those posters that you guys can grab
Yeah,
all
that's
along.
almost the same chair that we're sitting on right now. I am very confident saying that I assure you it's going to be super comfy because we've been sitting on this chair for the
Yeah.
longest time that is over a month.
Yeah,
Yeah.
more than
So more than a month.
I would say that I had my butt on this chair for
Can you
one
not
and a
make it
half
sound like
months.
that?
1.5 months, and it has been very comfortable. A bit puffy, but I think that it's really, really comfortable.
Which part of it is actually puffy? Now tell me, I do want to know. On the side of Team Secret, based on the circle just now, on the outskirts of Goroka, is still on the rim of a circle. So I think maybe it's centralized into the, well, I was going to say castle, but obviously you guys already seen this circle here. Will it be ended up on the castle? Because we do know the terrains on castle itself, the one that having themselves in the higher ground of castle, plus having a sniper rifle to work with, will have the best moment in their life.
Look at this though. Usually, Damansara Esports drop that part, which is the furthest part, and they rotate very late into the round. But this time around, they have dropped at a lumberyard, so they should be able to this time around enter the circle a little bit better, because usually when they shift into the circle, they have to make a very long rotation. That's what they have been known for, making the long rotation in through the sea, through the waters, or instead just rotating around the circle. So yeah, they'll be very happy just playing the edge of the circle right now, because SMG as well on the edge of the circle. Everybody's just getting themselves a little bit further into the circle, but as it stands, they can just rotate a little bit later, because the circle is right smack in the middle. They can take their time. They can rest. They can heal up on the way there as well. So yeah, it's a very slow game for all of these teams right now. But as it stands,
Oh
Team Noriko has found
no!
themselves a resurgence play. Y2K gets dropped instantly. TNR doesn't look like they want to push this, but it looks like Team Secret wants to join in the fight as well. But Team Noriko gunning in for the rest of resurgence, but they will be able to hide off for the meantime here. But Stewart does get dropped here and finished off by Rex. Stewart gets dropped. TNR in a lot of trouble. Team Secret chiming in for the fight as well.
Oh man, it's a three-way warfare, and even Team Secret is getting a little bit of taps coming in from Sinbi Pro. The ex-player of Team Secret wants to seek a little bit of vengeance out there, although it's been quite a while that he's been with the team. But, of course, two of these players have definitely had a lot of history against their former team.
Yeah, but still, we're talking about all the players down there. Pretty much some of them, you know, longest teammates down there, a lot of experience. But we still have to keep in mind that the one that's really fresh, for example, TRX, even Easy here, they have a lot to bring on top of table. It doesn't mean that you're veterans, you'll be securing yourself on top of the chart for overall standings, because we're looking at all these teams and all these players always have something creative to present onto us. On the side of Molino, they are taking a fight against NRL, but Leto managed to knock one down on Noxy, and that's not a great start them. But at this distance, they still...
Oh,
never mind that.
They should have actually dropped the smoke just like what you said. And now it's going to be a smoking vehicle that they will miss out the opportunity on because they are way too busy. But now the flank has come in, and Appy already soaking a little bit of damage being done. Marlino gets another knock there.
No, Appy!
Oh, no, that
no.
flank side, it was on his blind spot. Marlena, Superboy taking up on the side of Appy there, but Marlena, Superboy knocked down next. It's Gig Fam out of nowhere. Where did these guys come from?
From the other edge of the bridge, they're also chipping right in.
That was a very long snipe distance.
He could have actually taken out Appy as well. Now with a little bit of damage being done already towards both sides. I'm not too sure if they still want to flush in towards the side of Marlino, but Axis NRL, they're hungry for this one. They're lobbing another nade. Knocks down Bin. This must have been the third time. And I gotta say, this is definitely not working out all the way that they planned for the longest of time. Gavin got to actually push right in, trying to actually hold the angles true. Molotov being tossed out, but that will not stop Mburu for the moment. He's trying to hunt it out, and he spots out Sniper Man, peeking from the other side of the wall. And here comes the rest of Axis and RL flying just in towards the compound. Marlino probably to be the first team to fall.
Yeah, this really swift from the side of NRL. They came in, they fired everyone, and everyone's down. Holy smokes, what a fantastic play for NRL. Marlino though, oh my
Gig
lord.
though, gig from that
Yeah,
nowhere.
Gig as well.
That was the way from downtown coming in, chipped in a bit of that damage, making it hard for the side of Merlino. First team to be out, not even the third or second phase. But this gonna be the PMPL lead for you guys who's watching it at home. Do key in or punch in that code, and I don't think anybody will get that airdrop. It's always gonna be in the middle of the oceans or in the sea or water region. Here's gonna be SMG, but you know what? Word number 3.
Okay.
Vote for PUBG Mobile. Okay.
PUBG Mobile. Okay.
Is this about the game of the year?
Maybe. Who knows?
Hashtag catchphrase giveaway. So I'm giving you guys some hints out there. Jenny now getting sprayed down there. Right in the middle of the open as Sound gets replies coming in from the side of Putra. SMG now locks horn with Dingo's MZ. Two high firepower teams right smack in towards the opens of Volnova for the side of Dingo's MZ. They understood that that's going to be a warehouse for them to defend for the moment. Well, I'm not too sure if NRL wants to take another fight, as Evos have taken the place that they have came from.
But Axis and RL Rith have more than enough space and time to be revived by his teammates. Yeah, hopefully they still have their utilities to work with later on, because we're talking about Axis and RL. Yes, they won themselves that minor victory before, but it's going to be Evos and also possibly highly potential is going to be Gig Fam butting into. But look at this circle. We cannot actually land precisely where the team's position are because of
Flock of crowd.
It's
Yeah.
too much. Pretty much everybody's in there.
Yeah, I definitely would say that Yudi Gank now being stuck between SMG, J8, and Resurgence. They have to slowly cut through some of all these crowd safely if they must, and take any sort of fight that is necessary for them to get past and towards the next phase. But at the very least, they still have the circle within the central zone. This is going to be a great AUG with it 8 times alongside with it, as Axis NRL gets rewarded not only for taking down Marlino, but they can definitely add up to the firepower that they have as of the current.
Yeah, remember to punch in that code, guys, to get yourself some awesome loot. There's actually a chew boxes in there. I kind of forgotten the last week, so I still remember this week. The
Thanks.
choose boxers. And yeah, remember that you guys at home can participate in the PMPL as well. Just get your friends and family to watch the stream. Once we hit our concurrent viewership, we will release an awesome lines of very awesome gifts, so you guys can participate as well. So we are looking at J and Yuru Gang. It looks like a little bit of a standstill between both of these teams, which they do not want to fight each other very early on, right? Because you know that you're going to lose out a lot when you take on the team which is the top 3 of last season. So both of these teams do not want to really take this fight, but it looks like the fight has been handed to them, so they might be having a scuffle very, very soon.
Well, I have to say, great mind thinks really alike. Last game, Yuda Gang versus Team Secret. This game is going to be Yuda Gang versus J8. All the Titans seem to be clashing way too early than we actually expected. On the side of Dingos, they had a really aggressive round last time. We did remember they got themselves kind of a bit sooner out than the rest of the team, but they get out from the game, they get out from the match with a hectic number of kills. So can they pull off the same tricks when it comes to fighting against SMG? So far, the most kills still exists NRL, taking down on Marlena in South first, but they have so many enemies around their territory.
Yeah, as for Bravo, he managed to squeeze in through the broken walls as well, slowly marching in. And over onto Mount Kreshnik, we're going to be focusing back on towards the Titans that you mentioned. As for J8, the past 2 games have not been all too great for them. Yes, they did get a couple of frags here and there, but other than that, the placement points for J8 is relatively low as compared to the teams that have been able to make it to the top 5 for sure, in the likes of TNR in the past game, and also for the likes of Damansara Esports, where we can see that now that the logos are not on the screen, this is going to be a clearer view for all of you guys out there to check out the positions. ECLX will be having the North Point, so I wonder where exactly will the circle land. I do think that it will still have a little bit of a coverage of the river at the very least, as Damansara is waiting on towards the southeast side, the only team to be doing so.
Yeah, it looks like Dingoes has found SMG or has an inkling where they are because SMG is trying to run away, scuffle around the compound. They should be able to get themselves out of trouble here, but SMG is getting shot upon. I think no, they're just regrouping here in this compound, so SMG as well will not be fighting anytime soon. Yeah, everybody just finding their, again, this map is very compound heavy, so everybody just finding their strat, finding a better position to kind of play the third, fourth, and fifth circle. So yeah, it's kind of a gamble here where you go to the compound, hopefully the compound will still be in the next circle, but that's exactly what they're trying to do now. But okay, going back to J8, J8 is one of these teams with, I think the third and fourth week, if they bow out, they bow out really, really quickly. Sometimes the top or the last 5 places or something like that, which is they bumper it by getting a lot of their stock placements as well. But yeah, when they go out really, really quick. So that's one of the things that J8 has to be careful with, not getting too soon or getting wiped very early on. Try to sustain, getting 1 or 2 kills in between you and the circle means a lot. But here comes the airdrop, but this time around, no loot for PMPL, so unlucky for you guys at home.
Yeah, notice that it's going to be AWM for that drop itself. I'm not sure for the next circle. If it ended up in Castle, I think Resurgence will have that and then just swiftly push themselves to on top of circle. It's going to be Castle on top of that. It will actually help them a lot in getting that distance plus gatekeep everybody. But Dingoes here march into the side of Net Brother territory. They pick the fight themselves. I'm not sure if they dock themselves and park, making sure they will take up the challenge because Sun to be multiple times caught himself in such a very tough position that nobody wants to save him.
Yeah, he's always in the precarious situation, and the best person to take that loot is going to be Voki. He's going to be very happy with the AWM, his favorite weapon of it all, and with J8 lurking
doesn't?
by the corner, it's going to be him trying to point it inside of Tovar, where they have already looted on the other edges. Now, going to be driving all the way in with the snowmobile just to book out this entire territory. And Y2K is opting for the PP Bison. They don't seem to have great helmets on, except for the fact that, well, of course, Voki getting all the level 3 gears. So they're going to be distributing whatever is necessary to each other. And it seems like Iron Pro will be receiving so many first aid kits in the back. And Smallboy with none. Okay. It says, okay, none for you. You're always so aggressive. Here's the time to punish.
Yeah, the ration is a bit wrong there, but yeah, I think they'll be able to get that back on track. But yeah, look at J8 and Team Secret this time around. Very, very standstill for both of these teams. It was Yudu and J8, if I'm not mistaken, very early on. Now J8 is against Team Secret. Both of them across the road as well as Zali gets sprayed down by Rex here. Will not be able to connect, but the rest of J8, it looks like they want to scuffle back towards a more defensive position. They do not want to take this fight because they are backing off. But you can see the map right now. Bosco coming in from the eastern side. Team Secret, J8, EVOS, and Resurgence all coming in from the western side where there's a lot of people trying to cross as well as TRX and Yudu Gang and SMG. There's so many teams on the western front of the circle.
Oh, and this is going to be a very rare circle on top of Castle, and the one having that compound for themselves is going to be TNR. They can gatekeep every single bridge that ended up there. Plus, but then if the last few circles actually favors that actually not on top of the castle, it's going to be really tough for them to get down from there. On the side of Team Secret just now, they might stand down a bit. Probably going to be at a stalemate against J8, but EVO's VIP, they will try to butt in and pitch a bit of here and there for the damage later.
Yeah, you can see that none of the teams have been making too much of a drastic move other than Dingo's MZ. But I gotta say, the teams from the east side, at least they don't seem to have too much pressure going on to them because all the Titans are all from the west side instead. While TS, they have been taking a couple of peaks. Mattoy already losing a little bit of health, but Net Brotherhood now on that rotation. Gets a couple of bullets from the side of Dingo's MZ, and this is going to have a lot of all these doors of the dossier being punctured in, and now straight towards the side of DMS.
Oh no, this is not going well, and they mashed in south the DMS territory, Net Brotherhood. Oh boy, that is just almost whole team being wiped. Now left to is to survive throughout the whole game. It's gonna be 3 kills on the side of DMS. Really double airdrop on the outskirts inside of the river side of Castle. So who will get this? Because seems like a tough spot to take this airdrop because a lot of gatekeepers and bridge campers down there.
Yeah, and for teams that need to rotate to Castle, it seems like Sinbury has already been knocked, so TNR now will be going in for the revival, where we see a lot of kills on the defeat itself. Appy from the side of NRL, we got Nuke from Dingo's MZ, a lot of traits, and Dingo's, they are having quite a good ride so far.
Yeah, it's actually Resurgence taking on our Yudu as well. So they are fighting on two fronts, but as it stands, it is Team Secret on the outskirts, but it is J8 coming on towards them as well. They have an inkling, again, they have an idea of where J8 is at, but is this the fight that they want to take? Because again, these are the type of fights we should lose a lot from, because both of these teams are the top 3 from last season and they are extremely strong with taking this fight. But it's Resurgence again now, this time Yudu is pushing through, but Resurgence have the second floor in control, but YGK has already dropped on his knees, so Drax will be pushing in. The entirety of Yudu gang are here for the fight.
And now who get the flank side first will actually win this victory for now. On the side of Fredo, he is such a brilliant mind. I say he always get himself in a blind spot where nobody actually predicted he will be. But Mumpuran taking down on Y2K with that nade. And this is the time where Yudu gang's been waiting for. One knock straight away for the flush. But can they make it out? Because Resurgence, they only have 3 men left. And now one more Molotov, nobody being barbecued just yet.
Yeah, and they have to actually hold on towards his territory for a little bit longer. Small Boy now on the top floor is only going to be Iron Pro, now invaded from 3 different angles. He has to dish out against Fredo first. He will be the first one to fall. Now with Voki as well. Small Boy all alone as he tries to challenge the entirety of the team. He may not be able to actually survive for too long, but now with all this sort of push coming right in, it's going to be a great spray to be able to knock one down as Small Boy goes in for a second takedown as well. Going for the spray, but he will not have enough time to switch gears, and Resurgence will crash out.
Execution has not been done on the side of Resurgence. They knocked 3 members down when it comes to 1v1. They lost it, and one more team will be taken out here. It's going to be Dingos out next one. SMG making sure their graves been buried right underneath that bridge. But we have not enough finish yet for the side of Dingos. Have 2 more members left. But Net is... can he swim himself and dock towards the safety of the shoreline? Where did that shots coming from?
From the castle, right?
Yeah, Team No Recall, they have the most solid components. It's paramount for them.
Yeah,
what's
easy
such a
shots.
beautiful angle there from the up top. But again, Team No Recall has the castle under control as Zaman Sera Esports will have to fight against Dingos here. Most Goku will have to try and run away from the other side, and they are getting chased upon by the rest of Dingos, but Dingos are taking their own sweet time and they do not want to over-rush things. They don't want to over-jump their stay. They do not want to overstep their welcome, so they will have to go in very, very slowly. But look at the circle right smack middle of Castle, in between the bridges as well. There will be a very, very hectic last circle here. I don't have anything else to say about that.
Crazy start of the grand finals, I say.
Now Damansara Esports also bows down after taking that entry towards the castle. I guess it's a little bit too early to invade that territory. Well, Bosker now goes in for a swim. Is the final member left for the side of Net Brotherhood. Can take this opportunity to secure a few more points with Yudu Gank right down below. It's J8 here going on a push. Oh, Sam!
Oh, no, what? Holy smokes, Sam! That was such... I don't even know if that's lucky enough, but that was a crazy, crazy stunt he pulled himself down there.
No, it's J8 against Yudu Gang, the fight that we have been waiting for as Boyka right on top of everyone. We'll try and throw in the nade as well, but he gets shot upon, so he gets dropped to lower than 50 HP. So now again, Yudu coming in from underneath them. The rest of J8 is right above them, but they're all clustered together through the smokes as well. So there's not a lot of wiggle room for them to play with. As you can see, J8 has them QD far behind to cover them from each angle that is coming in, because Team Secret is coming in from that direction as well. But it looks like Yudu Gang kind of stuck here in this position. Can't really go out, can't really fight against J8. I'm not too sure what they're going to do with this.
Oh, Evils, they're marching in into TRX. Where will TRX go? But in the meantime, they're going to focus on 1 point only. One more team out in the 10th place. Team Secret, even Chip and UI still awaited 1 kill right beneath the nose of Evil's VIP.
Now J8 Esports needing to actually book the circle as well. While Drax is going to be by the waters, there's going to be the Sia for him to maybe take a little bit of breather, but they're having no guns pointed out at all. And Zoli, he will crash in towards the Tigers, then right below the bridges. Same goes to Boyka, while Damn Cutie tanking the blue zone already. This is going to be a very slow-moving game for Damn Cutie, but that vehicle has already been popped by Evo's VIP, and they have possibly the best defensive area to work with.
Oh yeah, the bridge apparently will be the final circle here. SMG ball taking down on J8, Damn Cutie, but Jenny tapping it out on Boyka. That pixel did not connect for now, but how long can Boyka stand there? He has nowhere to go. He's been cornered between where SMG is and only rock behind him. Cannot even move left and right, nowhere out from there. But luckily still inside of the rim of the circle. SMG still a lot of men except for Trix. Their captain lost, but Fredo. Oh no! It's gonna be the end for him for now.
For the moment, 9 more teams still left remaining. And Boyka trying to actually pop a couple of smokes and knowing that the circle is already gliding on the corner. He has to make the run for his life.
Wow.
There's no escaping.
Wow.
And the circle goes all the way in favor of Team Secret and NRL and PX. My goodness, what luck is there possible? Because now everyone is stuck inside Castle needing to pass Evo's VIP. And they are the gatekeepers, and they are looking to move in the circle soon.
This is evil, circle.
This is just the craziest thing I've ever seen. It shifts all the way towards the north where everybody's not at. And Team Secret has the high ground along with NRL. They are inside the circle, but now they're fighting against each other. As Team Secret having the brunt of it. He gets dropped his eye shot to take the knee, and he's on the floor as meantime. But it looks like they will be able to pick him back up, but he's getting fired from both angles as well. iShots has to be careful here. He is the back line. He is the defender of this team. He has to be careful taking these fights.
Team Secret sandwich between Exits and NRL, also Evo's VIP now tossing after one nade to another. That's a lot of nade damage. Permburu double nade, taking that 2-person down. Now down to iShot. Can he save his friends? It almost seems like impossible task because UI is still there. It's not the end yet for them. As long as they can make it out in the open, but they have nothing to work with except for this one rocky stone structure.
Yeah, until Evo's VIP butts in, then Team Secret could still hold on. All they need is a couple of smokes and to deal with Evo's at the same time. While Team Secret will call the truce against members inside of Axis and MPX. Well,
not
inside
yet.
of these grounds. It's just so many of all these members. Bosco comes in by the waters as they go in with the invasion. J8 will go out at 9th place. But now Z as well as Asper, they're dishing in the damage. And Team Secret is now saved.
Oh, who have thought one more team coming out of nowhere, taking Axis NRL, who has no clue. They're not over Bosco. Taking one more shot against Team Secret, who actually over-occupied himself against Evil's VIP. Yudu gang at 8th place. We're down to 17, but that nade tossing. It's a big one. Taking one. Will be one more. Keep chasing the points. Bosco is unstoppable for iShot running around the corners. They will revive back the rest of the Team Secret.
Yeah, Bosco has to be careful here. They're out in the open as well, but NRL still alive, as you can see. But Team Secret getting fired by Bosco here. They want to cross, and they get themselves in a very good position, right smack in the middle of the circle. But I'm not too sure if they have enough smokes to play with because they are out in the open. But Bosco still, as you can see, on top of NRL. They know that a couple of players underneath them, but can't really take this fight until Bosco's Ngah comes and joins the fray because they need to have all 3 members to take this fight.
Team Secret having the circle shifting towards their area, and everyone else, including Axis NRL, who initially have that survey advantage, they will be fighting back against Bosco. Now, Yas trying to actually trade back, but he's on the 6-time skill. Why are you zooming all the way in? And Team Bosco out at 5th place, better than they did before, but that's not good enough.
Oh, when it comes to holding their Fortress, Axis NRL is one of the best. I say the best out there in MYSG, but still Team Secret circle all along, but only have couple of structure to work with. One single tree, one stone structure. Ryan from Team No Record playing the healing game. Now down to Axis NRL. Can they take the fight for 2v3? Heavy casualty on the side of Toy and the rest of Team Secret when it comes to the economy. Almost shredded their helmet there. But when it comes to taking the fight, they never stand down.
Now, in this top 4 scenario, Ryan's trying to actually heal himself out all the way till the very end with Team Secret looking to stash away this win with a great area of coverage. Now, Matoy going in for the spray down there inside of the smoke. It's going to be Appy running around the corner, but he may not be safe for the moment. A little bit of the sort of the coverage, but Appy's now being revealed.
no!
But Matoy goes down!
Holy smoke, how did that happen? And Axis and RL, they were saved by the blue here. We're talking about Matoy is not inside of a circle while the rest of them tossing so many utilities on the side of Team Secret. Aisha and you have been cornered with SMG and Axis and RL in between. And it seems like Bart's still playing it very silent and safe.
Yeah, they're right smack in the middle of things. As Bart from one corner, NRL from another corner. Team Secret right smack in the middle of the circle. But as it stands, they only have one rock to play around. Not a lot of terrain, as you can see. Not a lot of smokes either, because I was saying that before. They didn't have a lot of smokes going into this last circle, but Bart getting sprayed upon, and Bart will be finished off by the play zone. It's the only Team Secret and NRL left in the final two.
And now Leto getting a little bit of damage coming in as well as he gets sprayed down. It's Leto getting the knot. Now it's a 1v1 between Aisha. Aisha take the win. Team Secret clinches match number 3 in Vikendi.
That circle is just insanity.
Nowhere is it more prevalent than this game, where decision making is really seen, or you have to really spot on the decision making, because if you don't have it spot on, your decision making, you will crumble under the pressure, because again, you have to make sure that you micromanage 3 other players if you're the captain to make sure they have the best formation. But not everybody can do that. Not everybody can really strive under the pressure. But as it stands, yeah, SMG looking really strong. They look like how TRX was playing in the league, but they're looking way better than they are right now. And again, as it stands, Team Secret and Yudu, although they've gotten inside the chicken dinner, but you have to say, or you have to question, right? If they didn't have the circle, would they have gotten the chicken dinner?
Oh, very well, generous circle. And we're looking at so many teams.
Replica.
Yeah.
Yep, it seems like this is actually more towards the I say northern side. That just now it was covered last for the side of Chem Alpha, so it's almost the same, but covers all 3 islands pretty much evenly. But on the side of the weaponaries and arsenals, we can see some teams still landing it quite late. SMG, the latest one to get themselves their hands on the weapons. So some teams still struggling to find one member to get themselves something. Well, J8 will not be contested on boot camp.
There's a little bit of difference from this sort of drop point for some certain players from teams, of course. For Axis and MPX, they usually start by Hatin, and they also have Appy now dropping himself in towards those villages by the opposite river where Resurgence is pretty much close by. He's got to play it really safely, or else he'll be caught out as first blood for the side of Resurgence. Of course, this is just my sort of the predictions of the readings of the map, but it may not happen as well if he can take good care of himself. J8 now centralized in towards boot camp with this sort of circle. They definitely can place themselves in towards those high ground areas of the hills, but for the moment, with this sort of a scenario, it's very hard for teams to gauge where exactly will it land on the next phase.
Yeah, this is a very unrelenting, unforgiving map, because once they start fighting, everybody will be coming on all fronts as well, because it's so close, it's so clustered that everybody, once you pop out your head to try and take those shots, you will be spotted out as well. So yeah, Circle 3, Circle 4 is when everybody will start fighting each other. But as it stands, although they have a little bit of a shift in terms of dropping points, even net going towards the southern side of Quarry, so a little bit of changes here and there, but not a lot that it actually drives a lot of these teams to have to take a fight early on. So again, they are still very much safe. They have changed their drop spots a little bit, but yeah, no fighting whatsoever. At least I think until the 3rd circle.
You know, I have to disagree the fact that waiting for the 3rd or 4th circle to actually fight. We've seen Vikendi usually when it was in the regular season or actually the 4 weeks leagues. That is actually the one of the most slowest game because of heavily occupied with compounds. But this time, even it was Vikendi back then, on the 2nd and 3rd phase, half of the team being gone.
Yeah.
So these guys, when it comes to grand finals, they are more aggressive and actually just tried to force the fight. The moment they got themselves their weapons, arsenals, everything else, they built themselves out for the loot. They're just gonna go for open fire.
Yeah, I gotta say that there are certain characteristics about Sandhawk in general. If you were on a basic setting as compared to a competitive setting, where if say the loot spawns are not increased that much, you don't really find too much of all these smokes lying around the house.
Yeah.
But of course, with a slight increase of the ratio, you might be able to stash up certain loots. Vehicles, sometimes some players say, no, this is definitely a no-no because it's very easy to just burn down a Tuksai as well as the Ronnie. It doesn't really move as quickly as the Sia. So if you can get the Sia inside of this map, you can still kind of use it somewhere in between. But this is where most of the people going on foot, they have to rely with whatever they got when they are moving across the map. And that's why we see a lot more of these fights actually erupt when they bump into each other in the middle of these jungle.
Yeah, but now we have to wait and see, will Resurgence try to cap things out, or will they go for another compound to loot on? Seems like they are segregated into two pairs for Resurgence, Small Boy and Invoke, trying to go from one compound to the other. Maybe just gonna switch it out for his weapons, probably. I'm not sure. We have to wait and see till then. But Resurgence, they will reunite for now. Maybe the other two was the scout, and maybe they're just alternating for the scouting, both of them. Iron Print and Y2K taking the higher grounds, just relay back information towards the other team. While Easy having a great day, they're actually at the... I think this is Bond, probably.
Yeah, they usually loot through from the Bravo side all the way in towards Bond, and then cut in towards the center. This is what they'll be up to for the moment, but they are pretty much in close proximity with Resurgence, already taking the hills already. That's going to be an AUG with the 8 times intact, so let's see whether or not will any players be able to spot this out, but there's always going to be the loot for all of you guys to be able to claim. Is BDP IZRZC8FR. Small Boy with the initial knock, and it might just be the first blood going in, but oh, Iron Pro gets knocked as well.
Oh, what happened? This is Yudu gang trying to fight against Bosco. Seems like all the fight suddenly appear out of nowhere at the same time. We have Drax here trying to go for the flank. We're talking about J8 might join in later on.
Yeah, slowly but surely J8 is creeping in, but as you can see, Yudu Gang is right on top of the rest of Bosco here, so they will be able to have a little bit of an inkling. But you know, J8 is coming in from behind. Bosco's Ngah has been dropped, and now Bosco has to fight on both ends against Yudu and against J8. Two of the undisputedly strongest team coming in towards the first start of the league.
Oh boy, this is definitely a tough round. And I definitely think that the other side of the table will have their hearts pounding because Solos as well as Daddyhood, they're casting this match while they watch Asphar fall to the ground. And this is going to be the kill being secured. 2 points for the side of J8 Esports now, leading the charts out there, while the rest of the teams have not been able to secure those kills, meaning that Resurgence as well as... Oh, man, now it's Yudu getting that 1-pointer, so they'll be on second place.
Yeah, they've been nitpicked by both of the team. Now Z, where would he go? Damn Cutie, he'll bring that cross and tapping it out. Oh, not connected so far, but chugs out quite a lot of HP there. 50% down to Z's HP, but he needs to get out from here. Yudu gang attracted way too much attention from the side of J8 the moment they open fire. Everybody trying to take that down for Bosco. The only remaining member left is going to be Z. He is being cornered into this one particular shack, but on the side of Yudu versus J8, they will take the fight on. Overly committed right now. Hopefully they have enough to reset themselves in terms of their utilities.
Yeah, Yudu can take this fight against J8, but J8 has to be careful because they were looking towards Z here, but they have to change their priorities towards Yudu first because Yudu is on top of the hill. They have a vantage point against all the J8 players as well, and they are waiting for the J8 players to pop. As you can see, they are hiding behind the train, hiding behind those rocks, hiding behind those hills and trees, just buying themselves some time. But as soon as J8 pops out, it seems that Yudu will be jumping in, but it looks like Dingo have found himself against Damansara Esports. Zig's trying to hide inside the house. It's actually from the outside. NSP gets dropped by a GG here. He will try to go down to get himself rest back up, but NSP has been finished off by the same Sun, and Ichong will be answered upon by Steve Secret coming in from behind Damansara Esports and getting flustered from both ends.
Oh my, it's just a cluster of fights. Even Team Secret is joining in towards Painan as well. A lot of all these bullets are flying in from the other corner of the city. Well, Ziggs, although he managed to get 1 kill off the back, it's going to be Dingo's now being pushed out by Rex as well as the rest of Secret. How could he defend now? With this push coming right in, he will be clutched out, and this is Dingo's MZ. First team to fall. Very unlikely of it, but, well, kind of crowd with spoiled milk. 4 kills in favor of Team Secret.
Well, Team Secret, no Painan as the back of the hand. They used to love land from this spot usually, initially, but now they change it. But Team Secret trying to find the rest of team that was fighting against just now, which is gonna be Team Damansara Esports fighting against Dingos. Dingos being wiped out now, left with Zix and Moss Goku for Damansara. They're trying to survive as much as possible. They do know right now they're not in a favorable positions when it comes to overall standing, even in Painan, because Team Secret, hopefully they stand down for now. Luckily they did, and Gig Fem might just coming up from the other side. We're talking about after one Tiger left, the Lion now arrives.
Oh boy. At least for the moment, Mosgoku as well as Zix, they have been able to reach towards the north point of Painan. And they'll be holding it out for now while Team Secret stash up all the fallen members of Dingo's MZ and, of course, the 2 fallen allies of Damansara Esports in the form of Ichang as well as NSP. Now, Circle shifts in towards the central area once again. Marlino, EasyLX now tries to cut in towards the corners where Resurgence as well as J8 are already in the center of it all. Well, Team SMG, they have the entirety of Paradise Resort to loot from, as initially we saw only a few members have went in towards the side of Paradise Resort.
We've seen this kind of circle before. I think it was the final week of the league itself. It ended right in between Paradise Resort and also Boot Camp, just on the outskirts of it. There's a possibility we're looking at the same pattern again.
It would be
Perhaps
the
so.
game that J8 won, if I'm not mistaken,
my.
against Yudu. But now Yudu is in a lot of trouble as NRL gunning for them as they cross the plains to get into the bootcamp. But right now, NRL would just have to hold on here as the rest of Yudu are coming in. But yeah, they have the vital information here, and they have a very good area of they can see where the rest of Yudu is at, and they will be firing it off. It's NRL against Yudu gang here.
Mamparang with only a sliver of health left, he will be able to actually heal himself out, especially after running through all these members of the side of NRL. Pamburu now on the flank watch to take on the rest of the Yudu gang members that's going to be on the top side of the hill, while J8 safely stays inside of the other sort of shacks right outside of boot camp as Drax is being left out. So I'm not too sure, can Drax actually find this way to crawl right through, because Pamburu, he's having his eyes all locked in to finish him off.
Obviously, Drax will try to fight himself way out, but at the meantime, Yudu gang, they cannot lose any more men. They need to reconstruct their a roster just to be sure to regroup for a bit, because it seems like they were a bit, I say, too reckless to just jump right into the compound of J8. Yeah, Team Secret taking down DMS. They place themselves 15, and Team No Recall corner every single way possible for EVO's VIP. I'm not sure what happened to Kuza, but Samsi Hakan Luxy is nowhere to be seen though. Where is he? I think he's on a different angle on top of the hill.
Kuza's already being eliminated away. As for the side of Luxy,
He's actually on top of the hill, right behind the others.
But he couldn't really give any form of support other than some bullets being sent out to take on Team No Recall. At least he's by the corner of the rock. If he wants to cut right in, maybe he can prime a couple of smokes just to block some angles away from TNR. But Appy's going to be able to finish off Jumper alongside with Riff all together. And man, they are taking the entirety of the section control.
Whoa.
Drax as well as Mamparang. Drax has already been revived and now pushing through. They'll be meeting up against Leto. Leto's getting a little bit too much of the damage as he's running for his life. And now, cutting in towards the other section here, he's cutting inside of the storeroom, but it's going to be a Molotov being tossed out to flush him outside. 2 men down for Axis and NRL MPX.
Yeah, Yudu is just playing it fantastic here as they take the players from NRL one by one, and they knew what they were doing. As soon as Mamparang rushed in, Jumper was there as well. Drax was there as well. It was fantastic for them, but can they get the finish on Pamburu and kill Appy here? Because Appy and Riz are a little bit segregated from Pamburu as it stands, but they have the range to take them down as well. But they cannot really pop up because, as you can see, Riz and Appy both waiting for the side of Yudu again to pop their heads because they are ready, willing, and able to shoot them down.
The thing about Yudu gang, they are undying. We saw how Drax just now screaming for help to get out from that situation, and he was knocked down, but he's still well and alive. taking after one team to the other. They avoid JA entirely, rotate the other way around, taking fight
There's
against
also Fredo
Axis
on the other
NRL.
end.
Yup, Pamburu now bleeding now. One more for Drax there for the kills. And the side of Team Noriko, looking at them, probably the nearest one to get this airdrop, which is going to be the PMPL loot for those watching at home.
That's right. You can drop by www.pubgmobile.com/redeem to be able to key in this code right here, which will last only a few seconds on your screen. And yep, a few more seconds, it's just gonna disappear.
Yeah, that sounds so sad. It's like it's
Oh,
gonna
boy.
disappear. Oh, this circle is super interesting because
Wow.
we do see bootcamp at the edge of it. It covers more on the side of the middle of a river there. Plus, it's a big river, but we're looking at the gunshots being heard. Team No Rico fighting against Evo's VIP who've been candid so now, but not deep and for now. Team No Rico. They didn't see this coming. They tried to rush me out, but where is Luxy? He cannot provide any support. And now he's far too off from the rest of the team. The only member survived, Luxy, cut across the corners, trying to find one. He almost knocked one down. He's right across him. Oh, he's been juked quite hard.
Oh boy, it seems like there's going to be a big turn of events out there. Although Evo's VP was getting a real good defense at first, it was all the other guys that have been able to secure the outsides.
Net Brotherhood just butt in.
Oh boy.
Okay,
It
so
was
again,
really-
this is
Yeah.
what I was saying. Like as soon as the third circle starts to shift, especially this, because everybody's from the southern side. Everyone is from the southern side. Nobody was at the northern side. TRX took the long road from the western side towards the south, and then they came entering to the circle from the southern as well. So everybody's coming in from there. There will be a lot of huge fights coming in here as Net Brotherhood will try to push towards Team No Recall here. Team No Recall, they have the compound to work with. They have the building
They're
as
crashing
well, but the rest of Net is crashing in as there is popping up first, but the rest of them are joining as well.
Oh boy, now the nade will be primed right in. Ryan already taken down to low health. That might just be able to actually knock him down.
Wow.
And yes, it will. Now with the push coming in with the vectors all in hand, they're trying to shred them apart with Cindy Pro only by the edge of the walls, right outside of the HUD, as Atai will be able to actually save cycle for the moment as they try to take things one at a time. Stewart 9K on the other corner. Zizo's going to be able to knock out Damroot as well. Sniperman takes out Cindy Pro. Even more bad news coming in, and TNR goes out 13th.
A lot of housekeepers in this game. We're
Oh.
talking about one team passing by and one more team just sweep the floor clean. And now Net Brotherhood is with another grenade kill. We're talking about Team No Recall cornered by 4 members of Net Brotherhood at the moment. Where will Stewart go? Seems like he will be shunned down by all the members of Net Brotherhood. The moment he just stepped out, it's going to be the end of him.
Yeah, I was surprised. Like I thought that I saw the bodies fell, and I thought that Stewart has been caught out, but apparently he's still safe. So he's still holding on towards this area, but he's being spotted out. Yep,
Oh.
I jinxed him.
Yeah, it's just happened.
Yeah, Net
That's
picks up all 3 kills, and I think one was stolen by Geek Fam there. So
Was
yeah,
it Gig Fam or Marlino? Because Marlino seems
Yeah,
to
it's,
open fire.
no, it seems like it.
They were
Yeah.
actually across and behind there. That was a very far long distance shot. But Gig Fam here might just, reset themselves, getting the extra loot and upgrades. But they need to move now. We're talking about the third phase. It's not as painful as the fourth one. But it's still more than enough to take down your HP. But look
Oh,
at
what?
this. What is
Oh.
this circle doing?
It moved up and then it moved back down. Now it's gonna end up inside the boot camp where even the likes of J8, they were surprised. Oh my, we're getting flushed out of our hometown and now we gotta get back inside.
The circles are so unpredictable. The moment you thought they're gonna favor you, you're gonna be, deny it. While on the side of Team Secret, UI pretty low, but more than enough mats to heal himself. All Net Brotherhood will be gatekept by Team Secret. Try to march into the boot camp. Yudu is doing the same thing against SMG Bot, and Yudu Fredo being exchange fire for now. One member each being knocked down, but I think Drax and also Manpang, the only 2 survivors left for Yudu gank.
Yeah, you do have to kind of push through, but Putra does get dropped there. Makes things a little bit easier for the side of Yudu Gang as he try to push in, but as it stands, his Team Secret still fighting on both ends against Net Brotherhood, if I'm not mistaken, and Yudu, with only 2 players left, they can't really push out here. They don't have a lot of view of the surrounding areas, and as soon as they jump out, yeah, they've been spotted out, and they're getting sprayed down as well. Drax gets dropped by NRL's Rift, and that leaves Mamparang all alone to his lonesome. One last play from the side of Yudu Gang.
They should have expected NRL to be pointing the gun as well. They've absolutely forgotten that as they were too focused on towards Team SMG. Instead, EasyLX crashed straight in towards Bootcamp. Now they'll be locking horns with NRL and PX. But on the other corner, there's also J8. So I think most of the areas here has been booked out. And I wonder how exactly do the other teams fare as they try to make their way in. And Boyka gets knocked by Superboy.
And finish off with a clean kill. That Superboy as it killed him entirely fast. Very swift. On the side of Net Brotherhood, will they get choked by all the teams that have been gatekeeping for such a long time on the southern side of the map? We're talking about Marlino, been taken down by, taking J8 just now. And will they take one more kill against Net Brotherhood? Now, they have to pick which team they want to fight because they are the ones that coming late into the party. You know, when it comes to Sunhawk, playing in the middle of a circle is the best way to actually survive.
Yeah, and especially in Alan's phase 4, it's definitely going to be closing in towards the boot camp section already. While Net Brotherhood will be moving outside of the play zone to try to squeeze through. And now that they heard those shots coming from Marlino, they will stray even further away in towards the lake.
Oh man, I cannot wait and see what the circle next one will be at. On the side of Marlena, they got a couple of compounds and structure, more than enough to work with, but still not managed to squeeze themselves into the bootcamp. But Nat, oh, it's going to be J8 across the bootcamp, taking them down, making sure they will deny their entrance there. Look at that tap. Oh, Zali, make it hard for all the teams down there.
Yeah, J8 is in prime position as well, but they're not prime position for the circle, as the circle shifts towards the northern side on top of Bootcamp, where RSG is occupying along with SMGs and Yudu's last man standing, Mamparang. Geek Fam is coming in from the shores, NRL and Easy coming in from the south. As you can see, Marlino, Net, and TS still very far apart from the circle here.
Yeah, Iron Pro actually moves deeper in towards the section. I felt like he shouldn't really push too far off because there's still Yudu Gang, and of course with a full squad of Geek Fam just around the vicinity. If he gets knocked, there's no one out there from Resurgence that can actually save him out of the moment. And there goes Psycho already getting knocked out as well. Net Brotherhood struggling to make it in towards the circle due to the fact that J8 as well as Marlino is just locking them outside.
Yeah, they are actually the choke point for Net Brother. Probably their death as well. Because look at Sully, he's not giving up for Net Brother just yet. He knows there's one more person, and he will try to pin them down. We're talking about the circle being crazy shift a couple of times. What happened to Sniperman? Nobody has a clue, including Marlene.
What?
Marlene,
what? Did they crash?
I think the whole team of Marlino just had a fall, and oh boy. Now we're focusing back in towards the bootcamp section here. Team Secret also coming in together to face off against Geek Fam. And here comes the nades though. Snipes are now already being knocked out. Team Secret dropping more and more bombs as Snipes will be revived already. Matt is going to be extremely careful about this. What's the case? Catches onto it Zuli, and Jenny immediately goes in with a kill steal.
Oh no, but look at that. Blazon also playing a lot of damage towards the players. On the side of Geek Fam, they are tanking the blue, but none of these teams actually inside. iShots taking Snipes down, but Snipes taking iShots down. Sorry, he's being taken down instead. It's going to be Resurgence out of nowhere, taking that shot against two teams, Geek Fam and also Team Secret. Well, J8, what happened to them? They will be out next.
Well, there's too much pressure coming from the other corner of the southeast side. 2 more members left from the side of Marlino. Make that one as they are bleeding out as well. Geek Fam now suppressing the side of Team Secret with so many smokes already being popped up. They're blinded by the smokes, and there's no way that they can fight back against Geek Fam as they've already secured 4 kills. Now, Snipes getting revived, and iShots backing off from now. Matt's already being knocked, and there's even more teams inside the bootcamp area, as you can see. Riv taking down iShots.
Axis and NRL been taking a lot of kills back-to-back here, we say, and 8th place taking by Team Secret. But Gig Fam, how can they climb up here? The moment they pop themselves way too much, Axis and also Easy have been hovering around,
Oh, wait a
targeting that
minute.
area. But look at this.
Iron Pro dropped in towards the water. This is a very bad news for the side of Resurgence, and he will need to expect that there is Geek Fan by the edge, and now Saint's going to be looking to take him down.
Oh, Superboy.
Oh my god, Iron Pro is in a very bad spot and he gets sprayed by Sane there. And he's on the ground. I don't think he's on the ground. I think he's done and dusted here as the rest of Resurgence still has yet to make their way in towards the circle. As you can see, they are on towards the northern side where Easy is covering the southern side. They have full control of this place. And they will be firing out towards Bart as Bart gets dropped on his feet and on his knees and done and dusted as well. It's just Easy having the best positioning ever.
Oh, Y2K playing the healing game right now, but does he has enough mats here? We're talking about him, almost impossible, but that blue zone is not that far off. One more team out, but his prize knocked down on Sane. But can he make it out alive?
Oh no.
Down to 3 more mats here. Everybody eyes
Oh,
on
no.
the prize. It's gonna be next one, bowing out Resurgence. Down to Gig Fam, having all men, but not all well. Easy on that, they're still hovering around boot camp, but the circle. Goodness gracious me.
Oh boy, and somehow Yudu Gang still gets their way out of this with Mount Barang being the only one inside of the warehouse. And Team SMG is also waiting across the corner with this sort of nade being primed now. It's going to be a smoke. Well, right
Oh my
outside the
God.
door, it's going to be easy, Alex.
He goes back the door. It's
No!
Riz. He's gonna burn inside the blue. He has to get out. Epi as well. Oh no, they're stuck behind the blue. But someone just made a lot of damage against Tito. They won't be able to pick that kill up. And along on Schizo as well. Damru is one that chimes in to take those kills. But Epi will finish it off. NRL is still alive.
Oh no, look at the blue closing in, but Monparang eliminated, decimated as well alongside of the other team. We're down to 2 teams only. Gig Fam will have to force the fight against, I think that's SMG!
Oh,
my God.
Jenny, that nail was a huge one!
Now it's down to a 1v1. Geek Fam versus SMG. As he'll be able to actually lob another nade. There's even more to come.
Oh my
Can
god.
Damroot get himself across? But he's trying to actually go for the save. The circle is not favoring any of them. Now here comes the Lord. He's going to be able to finish the game. SMG, 2 chicken dinners, and they won to the grand finals.
What the heck? That nade just now, Jenny was 1v3.
But not easy has surpassed Yudu Gang. It's Yudu Gang 27.3 and Easy Alex with 35.8. We saw this in the second week as well. A lot of support coming in from the Easy Alex squad.
Yeah, the second time that we're looking at somebody taking over the crown of Yedu Gang as the most popular team down there for the community votes. You guys have spoken out quite loud for Easy. Will they finally get themselves that morale boost based on this vote?
Hopefully so. And
They need to.
I noticed that there's only 1,300 people voting out there. Well,
lot of-
90,000 is currently watching. So I know you guys are busy to catch all the action, but make sure you vote for your favorite team out there because it matters every single time they get in towards the field. Now, it's going to be a couple of all these drops already off the plane, coming in from Novo, all the way ending towards the side of South George. Well, we'll see perhaps some fights erupting eventually as we see some members inside of EasyLX. They are in between SMG, Resurgence, as well as Damansar Esports being in the Minimilta, I call it. And I'm pretty worried for the case of this team because they are going to be stuck between those sort of high fire spots. But
Oh, no.
as Carlino says, Resurgence, this is a perfect circle for them.
Not just that, most of the team actually on the eastern side of the map don't even have to budge at all. We're talking about potential Yasnaya or even Medusa intersection here to be ended up as the last phase of a circle. But those coming out from the southern side though, will they get bridge cam? Especially those actually in eastern bridge. On the west side, they can take whatever time they need to just climb down towards that area.
Yeah, you can see that J8 might be in a little bit of a danger because as soon as they enter the circle, there's AZLX, GeekFam, and of course, Damansara Esports right in front of them across the bridge. So they have to be a little bit careful because we have seen Dingos rotating towards the mainland, but they always use the western bridge. So Dingos, I think, will have an easier path into the circle. But as you said, TRX has gone back towards Zarki. They were playing at Lipoika, I think, in the last game. So yeah, now they are back towards where they should be, but they have a long way to get back into the circle.
Yeah, and of course, we're looking at the victors of the past game. Team SMG. Now starting off from the factory sections of the silos of Milta Power. This place have been updated, so I believe that there's also a secret section inside of this warehouse that they have to find out. And of course, this place is enough for the entirety of the team as they will spread out in towards the mill section as well. There's a VSS out there, and remember the last time we saw VSS was wielded by FaZe Clan, and we definitely saw some crazy plays from Venturas back in the show matches.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, and for the Malaysian side, VSS is definitely not too popular.
But I think there's once where we saw Team No Recall used it. I think it was being forced to use so
I
because
think it
there's
was in the
nothing
hands
else.
of Raymond or somebody else.
Was it Raymond or was it Simbi or Stewart? I'm not sure, but I think there's high chances actually Raymond there.
Actually, VSS was really heavily favored in the first season. Sorry, last year, if I'm not mistaken. It was really heavily favored by a lot of Malaysian teams. I think that was when I started watching PUBG Mobile, and I was thinking, how are you going to play with the VSS? But it was really good.
Why would you pick VS? As we have Micro Uzi to even snipe things out. That's what Malaysian does these days,
that's
and
the
also
shift.
the Singaporean.
That's exactly the shift, right? Last year it was VSS all the way. This year is Micro Uzis all the time, and it has been working wonders for a lot of these teams, especially those teams which like CQC, so they get control very early on because you have that sprayability of the Micro Uzi. The spray rate is really high as well, but you do need 35 bullets to make sure that you get those kills or to make sure that you have the advantage there. But yeah, Micro Uzi again this year has been the prime rib.
I don't know, with that extension, it's going to be 25 only.
Yeah, of course, with all these sort of 9mm weaponry being a little bit less damaging as the entirety of the other weapons can contribute, but the firing rates are usually much higher than the rest. So sometimes, you know, split kills, and especially when you have a weapon like VSS, being also silent and deadly from a sort of the angle. So it really depends. Some players definitely would favor having different side of take towards getting themselves some high frag volumes, and the popularity towards DMR nowadays would be the Mini 14, sometimes the SKS, but SKS usually takes a lot of weapon slots, so they will sub it out for things like the SLR, and yeah.
I think the Evergreen to be the favorite for the players is going to be definitely M416 and a Mini 14. Even DP20 is not actually as favored as previous season. Maybe because, you know, the players just, you know why? Because you can have...
effect.
Yep, that's very true. But back about you, the gang, they are on top of Savini area, so... We've seen them today. They got themselves the chicken. They got themselves first chicken dinner, but then they just slowed down. Well, so many teams that we didn't predict to be all out or even this aggressive. It's gonna be, for example, here we have also SMG getting themselves 2 chicken dinners in a day, and also some teams that actually quite consistent, including Dingos, have been aggressive these days.
And this time, Dingo's MZ has moved towards the east side of the bridge, so I'm not too sure. Are they up to something here? As
they love bridges a lot.
Yeah, I definitely understand the reason behind that, but because of the circle actually moving towards this Milta side, we're going to be looking at J8 now going in for a run for the lives.
Oh no, but Noob's been knocked down by Boyka. QT will just pass by. He survived, but the one that actually opened fires will be the one that knocked down first.
Yeah, perfect coming in from the side of J8. Instant reply as soon as Dingo starts shooting, they start shooting back. As you can see, Rocky is just rushing in towards and dashing out with the car, and he will be able to kind of complete their formation around the rest of Dingos, and they will be able to spot RGG as well. The spray down will connect, but no, it's actually Boyka who gets dropped. The first player who dropped the player from Dingos now gets dropped as well.
Oh no. And now Boyka bleeding out in the moment. We're talking about Ikuti and Rocky. How can they save their captain here? One more knockdown by the side of Dingo's son again. But will they have enough time to save Zoli finish off execute when it needed to be? Well, Boyka will be saved by his mate there. The rest of Dingo's again sacrificing son for the sake of the team.
Yeah, this is a very unlikely situation for Dingoes inside the island, but because of J8 being closer to Novo, they are the one taking the short end of the stick, while Dingoes is trying to rotate back towards the east side. But J8, they might have a plan. They're chasing right in. You can see from the back of this buggy on the minimap, and Bravo, he's trying to actually cut through Fair Pure this time around, with a few members actually taking a lot of all these hits already. They're not trying to let things go pretty much unscathed. As for J8,
What
they
the
are just on this goose chase.
A lot of flying
Yeah,
cars.
they actually left Boyka there to just chase against the remaining player from Dingoes here. I'm not too sure what they're doing there, but they left Boyka very far behind. Hopefully he has a vehicle to get himself where the rest of them are, but it looks like Bravo
think-
has already found a place to stay.
I think Boyka holds a huge grudge against the one that actually knocked him down, which is going to be Dingo's side. So they have been tailing over the mid. It's not that great, but look at that using just iron side. Damn QT! Literally just shoosh them away with that ending just now.
I'm just getting a little bit confused.
They are angry.
Yeah, I know, but is there a point in that? Like,
No, it's just showing like, I'm really angry.
I think they're going back to pick up Boyka there. Yeah, again, Boyka
They
has
said
no
that-
vehicle.
I have a feeling they will have to go through a lot
I
of
understand
scolding.
why. Like maybe people who are in the elderly age, they have heart issues. They can't take the speed, and yeah, in the sort of the high
Yeah.
octane pace. Yeah, he just leaves him out there to just take a little bit of
Yeah,
rest.
you know old people with their backs always hurting and stuff.
You know best. But back about
Or they just get nagged by all these elderly, like, oh, go slower, you're driving past the speed limit. Oh, man. But here goes the circle now, shifting towards Yasnaya, Lipovka, as well as the mansion. So this is going to be a pretty interesting area for the side of Resurgence for the moment. It was VIP now moving right in. It's going to be a smooth passage. Well, there's going to be Geek Fam as well as Team Secret moving a little bit slower than the rest of the teams.
we're still potentially waiting for Dingoes versus J for round 2, if not just leave them be. But there's going to be another airdrop. First airdrop in this match, probably going to be AWM with everything else. Straight set there. It's going to be the ace, whoever actually owned this. But this is going to be you guys to shine as well. Catch the PMPL loot. Get yourself a pair of tube boxes. Because today, tomorrow, and the day after will be your final chance.
Yeah, and the airdrop drops right where nobody is at, right near school, but everybody's too cool for school as nobody's right there at the moment, so it will not be picked up. But Team Secret has found themselves a little bit of scuffle against NRL, but all the entirety of NRL are inside that compound, so if Team Secret wants to hit this, they know where they're at, and they are heading towards that direction. It looks like Team Secret wants to take this fight, but they have to be careful. Again, NRL's Appy up on top, so he has a vantage point against the players from Team Secret, so Yuhai has to be careful taking this engagement.
Oh, this time J8 tries to actually get those bullets in against Net Brotherhood as they manage to cut across Milta very much safely, and J8 will understand that, okay, the far east side is going to be out of bounds for them, knowing that Net Brotherhood could also try to re-engage with a camp, but this is the slow-moving target. And it seems like he'll be
look at that.
separated, but SMG now hunting towards the side of Easy.
Oh, well, Easy just gonna move away from there, and SMG will be disappointed that the challenge will not be accepted by J8, that 4 angry man, finna taking down on that Brotherhood. They knock one down, which is gonna be is those men from J8, they are just so angry. I'm talking about them. Forcing to fight every single team they're passing by.
Yeah, it started off with, I think it was that Net Brotherhood? No.
Yeah, it was Net
Yeah, Net
Brother
Brother.
is being knocked down.
Yeah, and they knocked a couple of players before that, if I'm not mistaken as well. I think it was inside of Dingoes, or before
They
Dingoes
are very
rotated, yeah.
angry. They are
They look
very angry.
really rough right now, but it looks like Yudu has been overrun by the rest of TRS, but Janik actually stuck between a rock and a hard place. He's moving very slowly here, but the rest of Yudu can actually aim in the cars that are in front of him, so for the meantime, he will be able to be safe, but Yudu Gang Low, it looks like they are on the hunt as well. They want to take a couple of kills to their name, but as it stands, nobody is close enough to them to make anything out of it. But it looks like GeekFam has rotated around as well. NRL still stuck smack inside the compound, so they will not be overrun anytime soon. Again, they have the advantage there.
For the moment, it seems like GeekFam has been able to actually secure those three areas of coverage by the fields of Yasnaya. And they are not going to be booking in towards the city estate, while NRL and PX, they have been here, and Team Secret choosing to not start with them in the early phases of the game, prioritizing the zone instead, as NRL so far has not been able to catch anyone from the source section, but of course, they do get pretty much good coverage of the entirety of the area. Now with the northwest side being covered by them, they'll be making a move deeper in towards the section.
Yep, they might just get themselves the position that they need to be. We're talking about is going to be the Medusa intersection here between Shelter and also none other than Prison there and Shelter, Mansion, and also Prison. It's going to be that intersection for the teams to skirmish themselves towards their positioning down to J8, who will be their next victim. I'm going to wait and see because it's going to be TRX stuck themselves in a very unique parking spot on the side where Bosku just across them. Will they try to open up fires? While Net Brother taking one nade down on the side of SMG, the double chicken dinner winners here for today. Can they actually revive Putra? Team Secret also making a move against Resurgence.
Yeah, fighting on both fronts there as SMG are in the front against Net Brotherhood, but he's looking at Bosco is fighting against CRX as well. A lot of scuffle around the map here as the nade comes flying out from Jimboy. Asphalt gets dropped and Bosco will have to recuperate here, but they're getting fired from behind as well. Another nade coming in from the side of Jimboy. They might even latch. He's actually going down the hill and does connect up on Asphalt. He gets deleted. The rest of Bosco, will they want to take this fight? I think they should just cower back into a more defensive position, but they are still standing strong here, but it's looking very, very Ori.
Yeah, it's only going to be Z as well as Mozarto. By the edge of it all, it's been quite a while since we've seen Mozart getting some airtime for the side of Bosker, and oh boy, that clip coming in from the side of Jinboy will be able to actually connect you high now. Finishing off Iron Pro as well as Boki, leaving only a few members behind for the side of Resurgence as they will be the first team to crash out.
Oh man, that's not going to place themselves well, but on the side of Team Secret, getting that a lot of kills help them a lot. When it comes to TRX though, they are fighting head-to-head against Bosku. Janik tried to find who is within that smoke. Waiting for it to dissipate will take too much time. They need to revive. Well, praying around the corner has been knocked down instead. And Janik with a DP28 right now, still reviving his mates here. The rest of Bosku, Jin Boy is just too far, but still managed to clip one down. The blue ticking in, and they are the furthest away from the circle.
Oh boy, seems like there's too many fights going on right across the section. And Resurgence, it's interesting enough that they usually start from Shelter and they moved away from Shelter.
Yeah.
Coming back, they are visited by Team Secret instead. Although we didn't really catch a glimpse of all the action that went down, I gotta say that that was possibly the situation that happened where they just crashed in towards the same compound as Team Secret did.
Yeah, again, Team Secret has the more middle-sided affair of the circle. So as it stands, it looks like Marlino has found himself against EVOS VIP, but EVOS VIP is on the other side of the compound. So I'm not too sure if they want to take this fight, or they have to. They don't really have to. EVOS VIP can just rotate back into the circle from the eastern side. But it looks like TNR are rolling there as well. EVOS VIP and TNR looks like they will be fighting each other very soon. But as it stands, where is this player from TNR?
Oh no, but wait for it. EVOS VIP here are just fighting their way in. But now TNR got caught. Last tick of health there. But Heiko would not let him go. He jumped down from the balcony and they try to find him back into the house he goes. But will not be spat at all. On the side of TRX, they just passing by for CISO as well. So many teams were forced to take up the fight against EVOS VIP, including Team No Recall losing more men down to Insomnus only. Team Secret taking the fight against SMG, while Molina in between Team No Recall and EVOS at the moment.
Team Secret now getting those sort of loots will be able to enjoy the benefits of being inside the circle, while TRX will have Jinboy and as well as Janik being separated miles apart, and Insomnus now getting taken off as Team No Real Call will be the next team to bow out.
Yeah, look at TRX. They have a free entry onto the northern side, but as you can see, Jenny, as you said, very far apart from Jimbo. We're not entirely sure of what's happening there, but it looks like Jenny is stuck behind a rock and a hard place as Geek Fans right in front of him. And there it is, word number 5 of the day, catchphrase giveaways, hashtag catchphrase giveaway to get yourself in the running to win some awesomely cool G-Shock watches. But it looks like Marino are jumping in, the Yudu gang are ready for this. They come out spraying as Mamparang has spotted up both of them. And they're going to just spray them now. It's very easy now. The duck game, the duck hunt game is live and running as the rest of them will try to scour back towards the terrain. But it looks like Mamparang is priming up the net. They can try and throw it out. Looks like Bean might be spotted out or might be hit here, but he's priming out another nade. The second one will be able to connect onto Bean, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, there it is. But it doesn't kill him just yet. But it looks like Marino has no entryway. How the heck are they supposed to go inside when they are so down, so far down?
But the M16 really making it hard for Mamparang to spray it down, but Yudu gang will not having a problem to swipe the floor clean. The housekeeping has arrived. It's going to be the rest of Yudu gang taking down on Marlino. Super Boy hoping somebody will save him, but none of his teammate nowhere to be found here. Noxy is just playing it very safe. And he's the sole survivor for Molino with a level 3 of everything except for the helmet, but that micro Uzi not gonna help him when it comes to the whole rush of Team Yudu gang.
Yeah, at least they do have 3 kills in the back already for Marlino, so even if they crash out, they still can hang on to a little bit of something, but still not really good enough for them to be able to actually stash up more points for better standings by the end of the game itself. Noxy will be able to knock another, and he's just right outside. He'll make that 1 point.
Holy smoke, that's so close now!
Run,
Noxy! He needs to run into the blue! This is not working well. Oh, my heart cannot stand this. He needs to heal himself up ASAP. We're talking about the blue still taking his HP
why is
away.
he not inside?
Oh, no, this is not great, Molino.
no.
I just smacked my head because he had a free entry. Why is it taking so long for him to just move right through?
Yeah.
I'm too old for this.
I think as soon as you got that kill, you have to run your way inside the circle, right? That's a last-ditch effort, your desperation move to get yourself into the circle. But even that, Noxy kind of flunked on that. But as it says, it looks like EVO's still 3-man strong this time around. Looking a little bit better in this game, but as it stands, they are outside in the open, hiding behind a rock, so there's not a lot of wiggle room for them to play with. But we are looking at the mini-map, or the map, and Geek Fam is coming in from the western side. Yudu is already right smack towards the northern side, so they have free entry. Again, Jimbo has free entry into the circle as well, but he has yet to make his way there. And Geek Fam and SMG's Jenny is a little bit of a standstill here on top of the road, but they are fighting against each other, but as it stands, Jenny is holding on to his ground as well.
Now with another grenade kill coming in for Jenny.
He's alone again.
Yeah, once again, trying to claim the spot as the king of nades while Damn Cutie's going to be busy by taking down Moskoku as well as NSP with his teammates really watching out for him as well. Zully also will be able to secure that kill as they are in the warehouse. TRX Element is separated miles away and now dropping at 12th place.
All day it is not done yet. Well, we have another Dingos out in a wrangle. That's such a rare sight.
Wow.
Demons are falling up next. That's back-to-back teams taking out by most of the teams down there. Team Secret there.
Only 9 teams remain.
That's just
27 players on the field, and most of them are wiped out by the likes of Secret.
Oh no!
Because Secret, they're getting crashed right in. Rocky the first one to fall, and now Damn Cutie! Only a pixel shot coming in for Rex as he will be able to actually go in for his round. He might just get the turn 1 as well with Izon chipping in the damage. And day 8, they got nowhere to hide. And all of them will be wiped out clean.
Oh,
Wow.
That's a big surprise party. They didn't actually expect it, but Team Secret, they now, the karma hits them from behind. It's going to be Net Brotherhood, but they will not stand down. Look at how Atai and Ipu, both of them taking down. What just happened? Axis and NRL behind them as well. Easy in the meantime, fighting against the blue. We're talking about eye shots in the middle of the open field, and nobody can save him for now. Hopefully they have enough smokes to just revive their mates.
Yeah, Net actually wants to try and finish off the players from Team Secret, but because there's actually Easy behind them, they can't really pop out here. But Easy has been eliminated. That means Net Brother has a little bit of a space to work with, but with spalls at all as Yudu gang is trying to gun them down from a very long range. but Nets Atai has been dropped here. NRL still fighting on all fronts.
For the moment, Yudu Gank will be able to actually get the best amount of elevation possible now, trying to hunt out Psycho inside of his smoke, while the rest of them will be able to actually cover more grounds with Fredo already being inside the circle. Jumper will be able to take down Snipes, kind of like the replay of the very first match of today, as Yudu Gank once again going at it, chipping down the help with the M24 coming in from Jumper.
Yeah, but they don't want to get into circle way too late here. We're talking about those sniping this distance against Fam are actually quite far from the circle. They have to rush in later on, which is going to be any second now. The blue closing in. Axis NRL just across Manparam, but be mindful that he will have to be chipped down and tank the blue for some time here. On the side of Axis NRL, still taking a fight against Team Secret. Oh, we didn't see that one coming straight in the face.
Oh my god, everybody's out in the grass. Everybody's been seen by the side of Appy. We're gonna try and finish them off, and there it is. One player down, his ice shots left, leaving Yuhai and Rex as well. So both of them are just crawling through the grass. Not a lot of things for them to do here as NRL are raining onto them. And it looks like Rex has been spotted out as well. So Yuhai, what can he do in the situation? The last remaining player for Team Secret, and he has a lot of work to do ahead of him.
Already 12 kills for Team Secret, terminating many more of these teams. At least he does have a vehicle bunker that he has created alongside with his teammates that have fallen. Now, with already 11 kills in the bag, Team Secret might be challenged with Yudu Gank already in the prime position with the most amount of members possible to close out the game as well. Only 10 more players, and this is the fastest game that we have seen so far inside of Erangel, and Fredo gets sniped once more.
Yep, we're talking about all Yudu Gang members are still well and alive. They having the most advantage. We do know Yudu Gang when it comes in pairs, they are the most fearsome. But when it comes in four, they are more of a monster when it comes to all the other teams down there. On the side of Gig Fam, they are aggressive, yes, but do they have enough men to take out the whole team of Yudu Gang? While Team Secret still have the Fragger, the best Terminator in the entire league. You are well and alive. Well, we have Jumper and also Manparam playing alongside all four men spread out, trying to find the rest members of all the other three teams.
Yeah, the rest of the three teams are actually gunning for the side of Yudu Gang, but can't really get there as Yuhai is right beside FP there as well. Pumburu trying to push in, but as it stands, QB is getting burned out by the blue as well. Damroot has to be careful in his position as well. He has to push through. I don't think he has any heals to work with, or he might have been, I don't know, okay, he's not knocked, so, but yeah, he's very, very low here. Not too sure what he's going to do in this situation, but Yudu are right smack in the middle of everything. They brought all their cars as well, so to make themselves a little bit of a bunker in between those trees. They look really, really strong in this position. They're right smack in the middle of the circle as well. It's their game to lose.
Oh, Jumper Nate hits right on top. It was a Kobe.
Yeah, just perfectly landing on towards Damroot, and this should be able to actually secure the kill as long as this one's going to be primed correctly. But nevertheless, there won't be any sort of saving grace for Damroot any way whatsoever. But that is going to be landing on towards Pumburu, so there's only going to be one member left on the side of NRL.
Oh no, Gig Fam QB taking by Axis NRL and Yudu Gang at the same time. Oh, never mind, but QB, he needs to get out from there. We're talking about Yudu Gang now expose themselves. They're not that scared or not even worried about what will hit them. We have all of them been wiped out by Fredo and Drax on that flank side. QB, this is obviously gonna be Yudu Gang. Secret plays himself at third place. QB last tick of health. It's certainly gonna be another team that got themselves another chicken dinner. Yudu Gang and SMG head-to-head with 2 chicken dinners in a day.
Wow, perfect performance coming from Yudu Gang as they were picking the North Point.
Grand Finals, Day 1, Mirama, today. Who will take it away as the closing? But 31.4% still Yudu Gang winning, 28.1% on Easy Esports.
That's right, these are your top 3 votes alongside with Team Secret with the 10.2%. So far, things are looking pretty solid for Yudu Gang to be able to close off the entire day's run here, still securing the top spot, unless some things might happen inside of these fields of Miramar. Now, dropping off first is going to be Axis, NRL, MPX, and towards Crucible, while Yudu Gang will be floating into La Cabrera. Water treatment for Evo's VIP, while TRX Elementus will be sharing the edge of St. Martin alongside with Team Secret. And for the side of Team No Recall, they'll be taking the top hills of Power Grid. And of course, we got Resurgence inside of Graveyard as well as Minas Generalis. For the rest of the late droppers out there, we do expect Team Bosker to be able to reach Valdemar.
Some teams already drop early on. We look at how they set up their weapon, including Alexander L Street getting himself quite decent amount of assault rifles, even a pan to work with. Some teams still hovering around in the sky, but their circle is just so deceiving. Every player dropping on the southern side, it will be in the northern circle all the way. Axis NRL, they don't even need to move. Finally, will they get themselves their first chicken dinner after 3 or make it 6 matches here today, consistently taking a top 5 all the way?
Yeah, I gotta say, this is a very unforgiving circle as it's right smack towards the northeastern side of the map. It's the most, this is the edge. As you can see, the circle is at the edge of the screen as well. So yeah, that's the furthest that they can get from the middle, and it will be very hard for this teams shuffling from the southern side. They have to make their way. They have to make a long way to get themselves to the circle, especially Team Bosco and Damansara Esports, which is a little bit further towards the eastern side. So it looks like, oh my god, Marino has been found. It looks like Dingoes again. The gatekeepers have found themselves a little bit of scuffle this time around against Marlino, but it's only Bravo here on top of this hill. Not entirely sure what he's going to do on his own, but he does have 30 bullets in the magazine. He could do something against Marlino here.
That's right. Now, with Dingo's MZ already have the entirety of this valley all covered up, Dingo's MZ will not be leaving them too much room as Bravo now repositions to get even better elevation from the top side of the hill. Sniperman's going to be repositioning his buggy though. He's got to be careful not to have that buggy being worn out as Ajiji will slowly move through the edge of El Azahar to be able to clip them.
I do want to know how much items or loot they have on the sort of Dingles here to actually camp this on the higher ground, because if they don't have that much anymore, they might as well go for the looting into another compounder. It's a bit risky if they don't have enough equipment to force a fight against Marlino. We've seen Marlino before. Sometimes they perform, but sometimes they just fallen out from the game, just straight into the box. Hopefully they won't have to share the same fate again. But Dingles then, they have been aggressive the whole day today, but just having difficult times when it's too much fight within one time, all teams together.
The bigger question for me is not on how much weapons do Dingo's MC
They
has.
literally don't have anything.
As for Marlino, they have scrap loots inside of
Oh,
a patrol station, and now they're trying to make a move. And lucky enough, Bravo will only have very little bullets to work with. Now going for the reload. Yep, 4 bullets and not being able to make the cut. Good news for Marlino, but bad news for Bin. He's being left out.
Yeah, Bin is all alone there. I'm not too sure what's going to happen here.
Oh,
As the rest of
man.
Dingos are
Oh.
converging onto him. I think they have an inkling that the third player might be here, especially because only 2 ran away there. But Bino is in for a world of hurt as the entirety of Dingos are converging onto him. Look at that, everybody's primed already. Uzi's in hand, but the
Oh!
Bin actually destroys Ajiji. He's down on the floor. He's all alone here. He has to contend with Bravo, but Bravo will be sprayed down as well. Bin surviving all alone, but he doesn't have anything to heal with. Only bandages. We tried to take the third fight, but this time around, finally Nook takes him down, and Bin and Dust is done and dusted. Whew, that was really close.
Ben should have been left alone of only one of
Oh,
Merlino, but Superboy will not leave out just yet. Ben bleeding out. Can he make it on time to save his
Okay,
friend?
save him.
Oh, no! Oh no! Where is now Superboy? This is just going really south on the side of Bean. He's been clutching it so much 1v3 with only 1 micro Uzi and 5 bandages to work with. Oh.
I mean, wrong decisions. Maybe coulda, woulda, shoulda.
The
Marlino.
F. The F
Merlino, they were all segregated anyways, and Superboy, if they were to come in to commit, I think that he will take a little longer to arrive, and Dingos would have reacted as well. So I understand why exactly they left Bean out to bite the dust, but if they had one more man to stay alongside, this could have been a different story when Bin, he shouldn't have taken that third peak when he had already gotten that 2 knocks. Could
Yeah,
have buy a little bit more time for before they face off with.
yeah, he can wait patiently inside while waiting for the person to actually pick him first. Then he'll be more than ready. But you know what? There's so many ifs in the game that's never gonna happen. We just have to deal with this. While Superboy, I don't think him staying this long actually will do anything about it. He doesn't have that much on him.
Look at the other corner. We have Sniper
Sniper
Man
Man.
coming back at it. So
Still late.
It's a little bit too late to save their friend, but they could do a lot of damage against Dingos here if Dingos comes out of that compound. But yeah, they haven't made the decision just yet.
I get the idea that they want to reverse things,
Yeah.
knowing that Dingoes are now by the station, but I don't think they have enough firepower to be able to work this out. So not to say that I'm having too much of a doubt, but it is what it is, and now Bravo
Yeah.
getting spotted out, not getting his position revealed just yet.
And the other thing is that imagine one more team with with full looted equipment, whatever it is, just pass by. All this team was just being squashed right underneath the tires. I'm talking about them not having a single helmet, even any gears whatsoever. Put aside the utilities. The only thing that's pretty much rich here is going to be Marlino Noxy. He has the most items to work with, even to just take one team, and that's just it. Nothing more than that. I'm not sure if their magazines is even enough.
Yeah, I'm looking at the current utilities. Of course, it doesn't seem like it's much. And for the
It's too
fact
little.
they have Mini 14, they got M16, not to say any sort of good spraying items that's left on board for them as well. So if they were to rotate in a vehicle, it's going to be very hard for members of Marlino to be able to tap them off the vehicle.
Yeah.
And maybe, of course, I could be proven otherwise. Now, for the side of TNR, they spot some movement coming in from TRX Element. This is a team that we expected a whole lot from, as we had them playing so well during the league, and now Sniper Man finally gets the knock on towards Bravo. I believe that Dingos now should have a little bit more to worry about.
Oh, speaking of Marlino, I'm still hoping there's no more team passing by here because it's going to be a graveyard for both of these teams. Speaking of the grave,
Secret.
we're talking about Team No Recon, Team Secret, having a go on top of this hill. And Yuhai managed to finish out Stewart straight from the bat. We have one more members of Team No Recall, 2 of them is Somnus and Sim B, but all 4 men of Team Secret making sure they cannot even pick to save Stewart, just straight head on finish. Execute them that quite well, but Ryan,
Oh,
I
man.
think this is too far for him to save.
I'm not too sure why exactly did the TNR separate themselves so far apart. And now Ryan has already been spotted out by Matt Toy. He's going to be tapping with his SKS. Only one of the few players that has been able to wield this weapon very efficiently. And you can understand how exactly they control the entirety of the fields of Miramar by starting off around the vicinities of St. Martin. Now, that member of the side of TNR will be finished off. Of course, not having any help at all with Ryan being too far away.
Just looking for him. Now I found it. So
Yuhai.
yeah,
The classic.
the classic pan. So you had taken
The
down.
classic
Looks like
UI.
Simbi Pro also gets taken down here from the side of Rex, if I'm not mistaken. So TNR having a lot of trouble heading their way as Team Secret are cementing themselves as the king of the hills, as they always do, standing on top of everyone else, having the vantage point to take all those fights. And this is it, the last game of the day's PMPL loot. And make sure you enter those codes so you can get yourself some awesome loot that is exclusive for the PMPL as well. So this is only the first of the air crates. A few more air crates will be coming down, as well as we have our viewer milestone giveaways as well. So if we reach 250,000, there will be a Peridot Myvi will be given away. In between that and 100,000, we have our posters from all the pro players to be given away as well. So you guys bring everybody that you know to watch this game with you as well.
Yep, tomorrow we have more games to go, but before that, let's look into the final game of Grand Finals Day 1. Resurgence Mobile with a Mini 14 tapping out on EVO's VIP, who happen to be clustering themselves in that compound. While we have spread it out quite wide, Resurgence, all four of them, trying to corner around the area of water treatment just to take down the rest of the team of EVO's VIP.
Resurgence now having a lot of a wide view coverage from the top side of the hills, while Evo's VIP will have to play defensively. Now, Luxy has already been spotted out, but Iron Pro misses the opportunity as he tried to reposition himself. Now, Sniper Man will be able to knock down Stan.
Finally.
Nope. Goes into return the favor as well. So it's not over just yet.
Yeah.
That's the longest standoff. Maybe make it 15 minutes after this. Maybe into the third phase of a circle. Who knows? Without anything on them, they still want to take the fight for that stalemate is the longest there is.
Yeah, because Marino, again, they want to revert to the early start where they had control of their place. But yeah, Dingo's already had control of it. So as Justin Timberlake once sang, you want to run it back, but you can't turn the time. So as soon as it passes, you can't really go back towards the same direction because they will be waiting for you.
Oh, man. Such great quotes coming from Wendell. And thank you, Mr. Timberlake, for inspiring us in the PMPL table itself. And Geek Fam, they usually have very good success rates inside of Miramar as well. The last we saw them inside of the very first game, they managed to achieve top 2 position. Now, this is a very hidden AWM there with an extra painkiller to numb off whatever sorrows that you guys have. So, of course, some of your teams may not be performing perfectly today, but tomorrow is definitely going to be a better day. And here's one to just make you guys feel better with the PMPL loot.
I don't know who you are directing that is to, but yeah, okay, that works. But on the side of Net Brotherhood, that AWM, the closest team that is, it's actually Team Secret, so iShot will have the opportunity to pick it up. On the potential fight here, we have Net Brother who will bump into maybe Easy or even Marlino in South, who has been waiting for, you know, there forever. We've mentioned it many times. Water treatment will be the last few circles down there. Coming up from the southern side will be a huge chunk of people and players down there. They will actually just ram into it. But on the side of Bosco, it's kind of a clear forge pathway for them.
Secret's got to get ready for this sort of pressure, though. You got J8, you got TRX, and many more to come. While Sniper Man is actually doing it once again. Marlino in South still getting those knocks right in, while Dingo's are the ones being extremely depleted.
I'm not sure if they have anything else to work with at the moment. We do see Nuke don't even have anything to heal himself up there.
Yeah,
So I'm not sure why they're not even making a move.
The thing is, right, both of them can't really make a decision
Look
because
at
they,
that! This is
they
so
don't
sad!
have any exit. But Noxy will leave the entirety of them. They are running away right now. They're leaving Dingos to their own, but it looks like Pamburu has gotten himself a little bit closer towards Luxy here, and Luxy is already on the ground. And I do think they will be able to take this kill
Did
from
Nook
behind.
just naded himself?
I think he gave up. You know what? He cannot even get up from there. Might as well not give any points, kill points from there. You know what? Pumburi just having a great time. He's just taunting.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
And then
Bustin moves before he smacks him with the pan.
That's mean. That's evil, but that's so satisfying to watch.
Oh, okay. Back into action. Of course, you see a lot of names on the kill feed. Damn Cuting popping off, and that will be TRX Elementus, the next one to fall. And TRX today not having any sort of consistency in terms of getting those sort of placement points, but here comes a big nade towards the side of SMG as Theodore has lost out many of his members. Trixnady might just be bumped out with this sort of nade. Now, another patrol station is definitely not the best pit stop possible, but Theodore already getting tapped from the hills, and that's only a tick of health being left on his side, as there's still a little bit of pressure coming in from members of the side of J8.
Oh,
it's
Rex
Rex.
actually kills the way.
What?
That was a very far off sniping on top of a hill just on the outskirts of water treatment. And that SMG didn't secure that final member of Easy. It will be taken by Team Secret all the way on the side of EVOS here.
no.
We do have Resurgence
Oh, no.
coming in from the side, but Apple and also Psycho with the rest of Net will ram in here. Atai is playing alongside the flank side.
Whoa.
Hyper trying to jump and just clutch it. It's not gonna happen. Kuza down onto him. EVOS VIP plays himself at 13th spot while Net triumph for now, but not just yet. Resurgence coming in next.
Resurgence have been holding in towards the angles, and they've understand that they have and the enemy side flushing out Evo's VIP. And this big wraparound coming in from the side of RSG is going to be pretty much interesting, but Iron Pro marching further up ahead, and he will be able to knock down Atai inside the smoke, but he will fall next.
Oh, this is a problem with this start formation. He's just a little bit too far from his teammates to be rest up. As you can see, Voki is running away from that fight altogether. He's trying to get himself towards Iron Pro, but as you can see, Net is gunning towards that direction as well. I'm not too sure what Voki can do in this situation, but I think he has to hold his ground and not really save his teammate at this moment.
I think Voki is trying to distract them from a entirely different angle to work with, so
There it is.
Iron Pro will be left out for a bit more space. The rest of the team try to revive him. On the side of a circle here, Team Norika will have to cut across Team Secret, while DMS will have to share the same fate. Maybe they will bump into each other first for Team Norika and DMS. The ones winning will have to cut across Team Secret. J8 fighting across SMG. Resurgence still taking a fight here, so we're still waiting. Can they just shut down the rest of Team Norika? Never mind. Fighting against DMS right from the bat. They are just trying to squeeze themselves, fighting into the circle. But Team No Recall will be the one bowing down, but the next destination will be meeting up against Team Secret.
Now Resurgence trying to pummel all these bullets towards the side of Netrunnerhood, trying to negate them from going across the field. Small boy already receiving too much damage. He needs to heal himself up with the med kit as they will drive by the edge of water treatment as they are also getting shot there across the corners. This is not looking all too good. SMG, they're out and about. They've already been here for the longest of time. And yeah, will fall to his death. This is very unfortunate as GeekFam will be able to secure that knock. And they drove straight in towards the corner, and it's going to be pretty darn bad for them. But at least for a moment, Team SMG is a little bit too occupied. And this is where they need to pop as much smoke as possible to keep themselves safe.
On the
Yeah,
side of-
SMG trying to regain control of that place, but Atta has been shot by Small Ball, has been found out as well,
no.
and he will be finished off. There's another kill going in the way of Resurgence. This time around, they have 3 players still alive. Voki's on his knees, but I don't think that they can or will be able to pick him up. Okay, they will be able, I think so, maybe, could be, yeah, we will be able to pick up. So they are still 4 men strong going towards the 5th circle after this. So things are looking pretty much a little bit better for Resurgence side.
Oh,
Yeah.
same goes for Team Secret here. We're talking about them having this warehouse, but not for long because the circle will actually not enclose this place later. But still, while waiting for the next circle, they might as well get themselves more kills here. On the side of Damansara, they are struggling to keep the boat afloat just now. Only 2 members left here at 9th place. We have 9 more team. On J8 side, they will have to find the Wrath of Resurgence across this hill. I say Resurgence having the most solid compound to work with.
Not exactly with Small Boy being on the ground floor, though. He should have actually made his way to the top at the very least, and he was not being covered by his teammates as well. Now it's going to be Iron Pro focusing on towards the likes of Ikuti as well as Boyka. Only 2 of these players being spotted up, as there's going to be another one by the hill as well. If they go across a different angle, this is going to be pretty bad. But Marlino, they survived very long, and they have made their way past this section. And the circle further goes up in the north side.
Yeah, this is really stringent on the side of J8. They can't really push up because they have been spotted out by Resurgence, but somehow they got themselves over the hill as well. In from behind, Resurgence have to be careful here. There's a team coming in from here. It's SMG, one of the strongest teams here, and they have 4 men strong rushing into the side of Resurgence, and they only have 3 men after Small Ball has been dropped, and looks like Y2K has been attacked as well. He's very low in terms of HP. Will be needed as well. Voki in from behind the compound, trying to play very far behind, but it's Bart rushing in towards them. Will be able to clip down Y2K. It's Voki right in front of him. It's Voki as well in a lot of trouble. It's Bart doing all the work for SMG, and Voki gets dropped as well. It's Bart on the run. Is everybody just getting taken down by him?
Oh no, Resurgence. Iron Pro taking the side on the side of SMG. Now SMG trying to force them out from this compound, which not even in the circle to start with. Iron Pro cooking that nade, hoping it will land in any members of SMG. Yudun taking a fight against J8, while Team Secret is taking the wrath of J8. Damn kids are pinning them down. But Danny will be knocked out by the Iron Pro grenade just now. Beautifully well done by Iron Pro. Can he flush them solo-handedly? Flip a lot of the chunk of HP. He almost clutch it, but this still is too hard for him to land that vision, and the blue taking them bit by bit. They have to get out. Oh!
A little bit unfortunate right there. 8th place finish, and they chose that warehouse where there's no other exit, and SMG inside the water treatment area will be able to just shut them down. And with Team Secret now getting a pretty much a good area from the south side, there's only going to be Zully over on the other corner. Shouldn't be too much of a problem for them to clear him out, but they're just waiting very patiently as they understood that there's a lot of all these shots coming from the side of Team SMG and over on towards the left side as well. We also have Damansara Esports.
Yeah, there's just so many teams around Team Secret, so that's why they're not really cementing their position right smack in the middle of the circle, because there's just so many teams around that, as J8 Zali will be able to take down the Trinity here, but Team Secret still fighting it off against SMG. This time around, they have this spotted out. Bug gets dropped to his knee. This time around, he will not be the hero for the side of SMG, and Putra does get spotted out as well. He's getting ticked off very, very slowly, but he surely will be going down as well as SMG out at 4th place.
And down to Team Secret here, we're looking at 3 members well and alive, while Yudu Gang, the Titans, has spoken. It's going to be 4-man Yudu Gang, all clean and healthy to fight Exis NRL, falling down in the hands of Jumper. And Gate Fam also have 4 men. This is one of the best standoff between one of the best 3 teams. All these teams, when it comes to fragging, positioning, they are the best of the best.
Oh, the circle though is right smack on top of Yudu Gang again for the 2nd game. Or not really the 2nd game in a row, but the 3rd game. They got themselves the circle, and we know how good they are playing the circle, right? They just have to play their position, play it, be more defensive, just wait for everybody to come in. That's exactly it. Everybody coming in, but QB actually drops Mamparang first. Now Yudu in a lot of problems.
Yeah, they should be able to actually cover the grounds, as Manpower does have a ditch to actually be revived by Fredo for the moment. And it's pretty much similar to the first game of Miramar, where we saw Yudu Gang also poking the circle, but now different scenarios, as you still have Team Secret on the left side of the flanks. With only Jumper handling the left, this is going to be a little bit troublesome, as you can see multiple angles being taken from the side of Geek Fam, also pushing in from the east to the side all the way up towards the corners. And here comes the nade coming in from Fredo. He might just be able to connect, but it's lobbing all the way downwards. Not really going to be doing all too much damage against the likes of QB, as they're trading back as well. Team Secret marching slowly and steadily against Jumper.
Now all that's wait is going to be the next circle. We are waiting for the 7th phase circle later on. Which team will be favored by the circle later will actually win the game, because Team Secret, all of them, all these 3 teams right at the rim of it. Here comes Snipes preparing himself with that grenades. But waiting where it will land is the bigger question. Snipe still with an M416 here. Try to land any vision members of Yudu Gang, but not managed to see anybody just yet. While Team Secret Rex slowly crawling in on the flank side. While Sane and also Damroot kind of with the idea of what Team Secret trying to do. I'm liking how all 3 teams, how they're actually placing themselves in this kind of environment.
Yeah, I think this is the fantasy finish, right? Geek Fam, Yudu Gang, TS. All these 3 teams are very fight heavy, so it makes for a very good finish. But Drax has been spotted out by Damru, but again, Damru is just hiding behind that terrain, just a little bit behind, so that he can get cover after he goes for the spray down. Jumper has been spotted out as well by Team Secret. Again, has 4 players, have to be careful in this situation, or rather 3 players have to be careful in this situation. They are a man down, but look at this, Geek Fam is just surrounding them as well. Team Secret just stuck between a hard rock and a hard place. No real exit for them, as Jumper has spotted them out as well, along with Geek Fam coming in from behind.
Team Secret now trying to cook up those sort of nades to be lobbed towards the far section against Geek Fam. As you can see, it's pretty much a equal standoff right here. Although Team Secret may not have the man's
Oh.
advantage as compared to the rest,
You
Circle
do.
will go further in towards the favor of Udugang and slightly on towards the side of Geek Fam as well, meaning that Team Secret need to force a push. Now they try to deplete the health of Jumper, and he's almost, he could not cut through. And Map Toy, he shreds him off inside of smoke.
Oh, but Fredo taking one on Gig Fam as well, so it's gonna be three-way warfare all around. While all three teams shredded almost, Team Secret, most of their vest will be depleted. On the side of Gig Fam here, they are two over-occupied. You will be sandwiched between two teams, but Fredo taking down on Snipe just now. While we're looking at one singular angle on this side, you do have to focus on two.
Now, Team Secret actually winning the skirmish. 3 members down from the side of Geek Fam.
Wow.
This is high time that
Oh
Team
my
Secret
God.
claims it all from the edge, leaving only QB behind. There's nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Only QB at the edge, and they might just be taken down. Now, the only enemy stands in front of them will be Udugang for the moment, but QB could have backstepped them from the edge. So, moments await.
Oh,
as
no,
Yuhai
Snipes.
will get snipes.
Yuhai, he has been covering a lot of field here solo-handedly. I'm talking about one more member of Gig Fam will be the problem, or even the bane for Team Secret at the back, even you, the gank here. So they have to be sure that they know who else is actually inside of this last few phases of a circle. Team Secret all clustered upon, and you, the gank, fanning out
Who did
QB.
it?
Oh no!
Okay.
Finish off by the players of Gig Fam. Plays themselves at third place. Will be another chicken dinner for you, the gang. Will finally Team Secret also get a double chicken dinner in a day?
Now, El Clasico in the very final circle. It's going to be Manpower again. It dropped first with Yuhai pushing through. Fredo now tries to cover ground, but he doesn't seem to be able to actually receive much information. Yuhai getting a little bit of damage through, but it's not going to be enough. Now Rex cuts through from the right side as well. They don't really know where exactly is Drax for the moment, but they're trying to spot them out as well. Fredo now literally low health. Yuhai gets it clutched out, leaving only Drax behind, but Rex falls down as well. 1v1 between Drax as well as Yuhai.
Oh my god, this is the final ending, Drax and Yuhai. Oh my god, it's a 1v1. Everybody just fighting and falling so quickly here. I'm not too sure what's going to happen in the final round, but it is the best 1v1 we have ever seen between 3 of the top teams. The most fighting teams, the most fight-heavy teams has shown us a perfect finish.
Yuhai on the northern side instead. It's going to be Drax here that gets a little bit of cover ground. 2 members down for the side of Team Secret. Udugang does not have enough time to actually secure those 2 points. They want to close up shop here with the very final moment here. Only a few seconds left before we have the circle closing right in. A little bit of damage being done towards the side of Drax as he will be able to actually cover himself with a little bit more of that sort of vantage point. And now, having enough time, Map Toy by the edge. Might just
Oh
be
no!
safe.
Oh no!
The
Oh no! The nades! It bounces off, and Team Secret tries to take covers. Last minute here, and Drax lost take of health as well. UI and Martin will be revived. There's
2v1.
nowhere! Team Secret getting themselves also double chicken dinner of the day. They will not stand down, not settle with only one.